computer. Did you want to record it as well?
Okay, how do I do that again? I push something.
You could kind of just below, there should be a thing. So I'm going to Facebook Live right now. It's okay, snaps. Okay, Facebook Live.
Oh, here we go. Record on this computer. Okay. So you have your familiar there. I can see his tail.
Yes, just a second. I'm sharing. Manage. I'm sharing this on. I have Robert going to admin this, so it's going on my page, and I'm sharing it everywhere else. He's going to be making sure everybody gets access that needs to get access and all that stuff like that. So just one moment. I'm just linking the live and sharing it everywhere. So Mandy, can you just take a moment, and for the people who took the time to come into the room early, can you just let everybody know a little bit about yourself? Because there are quite a few people here that I've never met or heard of you before, but they're from all over the internet.
Okay. All over the internet. Oh my. My name is Mandy Goodhandy, and I'm a stand-up comic and a singer. I have done readings with tarot cards for a few years now. I have only done it for my family, though, and close friends, because it's something I have not really got in touch with for the general public. But I know what tarot cards look like, and I have a drink. So this means I'm ready. And I hope you all have a drink or a joint or whatever it is that you enjoy, and sit back and enjoy the show, I hope, because it's going to be fun as well. We're going to bring a little bit of fun into it, because tarot reading isn't always serious. It's expression. And the cards have many emotions. And the cards do show many emotions as you go through getting in touch with them, which is what a tarot reader does, in my opinion. It's not me doing the readings, it's the cards that are deciding what answers they will give you out there. So, and don't be afraid to ask whatever you want when you come in for your reading.
Good. So we've gone live, and I'm just sharing the live now on all of our pages.
I love the step-by-step you're giving me.
Yes, because it takes a couple of seconds. So I need you to entertain the folks with stories and hilarity.
Is that what you need?
That's what I need.
That's what you need. How many, I'm assuming the chat works. Yes, good, okay. Could you just type in, anyone who's in the room right now, just type in yes if you have had tarot readings before. Tarot card. You had your tarot cards reading? Yes, this is a couple there. Oh, there's quite a lot. Okay.
We're up to
There's a yup in there too. Good. There's a yup. There's a yes with a smiley face. Okay, we're getting creative now. Yes, I practice tarot. That's good. Yes. Yes. The important thing is the general idea of each card. The general meaning of each card is important to know. How it relates to the different individual is something else that that part that it probably is inside you already will tune into. That's what I find so fascinating about tarot cards. You never know what's going to happen. Oh, look, there's so many that have the experience. It's terrific. Okay, so they'll know what to expect, right? Okay, how about anybody who has never had a tarot reading before? Like, just type in no. So these must be all the friends of yours. Oh, there's the, okay. All right.
Friend. Oh, Francie. Yeah. I love her. I've known her for a very long time.
And you haven't done a reading for her?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've been caught red-handed.
And she loves you anyway. See, I love you too, so she loves you anyway. That's great.
Okay, so we just have to share this on your page, and then I'm done. And then we can start the official Master of Ceremonies.
Okay. Oh, who's that? Snaps? Have you taught Snaps how to speak yet?
No, he's right here.
Yes. No, I see that. I see that he's there. It's very important that you have your familiar with you. Anybody out there have familiars with them right now? You have your pet, your love pet, your goldfish, like that, sitting beside you to give you inspiration and get you tuned in. A guinea pig, that's adorable. Yes.
Oh, guinea pigs. Two
And
puppies.
Lolly or Lolly? Lolly? Oh, there's two puppies as well. Is Lolly a cat? Francie, what is Lolly? Oh, there's more puppies. Oh, Max and Fireball, that's so sweet. And there's, oh, your doggy. Okay, that's good. I shouldn't just assume, because animals may be getting like people now. So you can't just assume that a cat wants to be a cat or a dog wants to be a dog, because they might be warm one thing and decide to transition into something else, you see. So I'm sorry for assuming that with all our lovely animals out there. Oh, there's some more fake fur. Are you wearing your familiar there, Estelle? Is that what you mean by fake fur?
Oh, maybe they have a stuffed animal.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, pillows. Okay, everybody, it's 9:05. I want to thank everybody who is joining us for this wonderful marathon for Club 120 and 120 Diner. Now, Mandy, can you give us a little bit of information about your business and how, this epidemic is affecting your business and why we're doing a GoFundMe?
I'm sure a lot of people are going through the same thing as we are, anyone who owns a small business. So I don't want to make it sound like it's just us going through this, because it's not. And even a lot of you as individuals are struggling, going through the unknown. The unknown is a very difficult thing for us. But I'm sure when we come out the other side, we will see why all of this happened, or what we're going to get out of it. And that's what I always find fascinating about any kind of adventure, whether it's good or bad. I mean, if anybody has grandparents or parents who went through wars, they could probably enlighten you a little bit on that kind of a situation where everything is so dire and horrible. But once they come out of it, they learn lessons through it. We're always learning lessons, and the universe does that to us, is what I have found. We opened up our nightclub first at 120 Church Street, and we opened it to everyone. We had all sorts of events for anyone who was looking for a place that didn't feel comfortable or accepted.
And the name of that nightclub was?
It was Goodhandy's. It was named after me, my last name. And then we changed it eventually. We evolved into something else, and it became Club 120. And they were going to, the new landlords took over, who owned our building, and they were going to tear down the building. And there was a restaurant on the bottom floor, and Todd and I, my business partner, Todd Klink, and I knew nothing about the restaurant industry. But we didn't want to lose what we had built. And so we approached them and said, what if we take both floors? Would you, let us take over both floors before they ripped the whole building down to make it a condo, which they still plan on doing. And so we took over the whole thing, and we were just getting going. It was like 5 years, which if anybody who knows anything about restaurant businesses, it takes about that long just to start, getting a plateau happening. And just when we're going, this has to happen, and you've got a situation where you've got no money coming in. And a lot of people think, well, there's small business loans out there, which I understand that they're out there trying to do whatever they can. But keep this in mind, it's not free money. So what's happening here is we have to put our rent on hold, we have to put our bills on hold, so that when we do eventually open up, we might not be able to open up because we'll have so much debt that we're going to have to face that it might be impossible. So we've decided to put together a fundraiser.
So I'm sharing the link right now to everyone right here to the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So if you can, we really appreciate it. And if you can't, please share.
That's fine too, yes. Share though, yes, that would be good.
Share,
yes, please do not feel that you have to give anything. Tonight it's not about that. Tonight is about having some fun, but if you have something you want to help out, that's wonderful. If you don't,
Thank you, Ivan, for donating. I saw your donation.
oh, so sweet. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you. So good spirits
So
out there, yeah.
if I just want to give the people who are here that if you would like to have a reading with myself and Mandy, please just put your hand up in, you can do that very simply. Oh, wow. The hands are going up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow.
So we're going to have to shut up and get down to,
Get down to business. I'm so excited, actually. Wow, we've got 24 people in, and I've got Robert giving me statistics of how many people are viewing in the live, and he's guiding people to come into the room, so we have more people coming in, so that's amazing. So I'm going to pick at random. Here we go. Tanya. So let's give it a second. Tanya, do you have a video?
Hi there. Yes, I do.
Oh, there we go. Oh, my. She knows how to make an entrance.
I can't see you. Can you see her?
I can't see her yet, no, but she came in vocally, and it was quite a strong spirit there. Yes.
Yeah,
I can see both of you, but no, I'm not on camera. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Oh,
just
I think you have to activate
it, video, turn on the video, start video.
And here I'm having trouble finding start video.
It should be in the right corner. There's triple dots.
Probably not 100% necessary, but it helps. I really like to see the person.
Right. I'm not seeing anywhere where I can go on video. I'm sorry here, guys.
Oh, don't be
okay. As long as we can hear your beautiful voice, I'm going to...
Yes, the voice is good, yes.
I'd like to start off and ask permission to connect to your angels and your spirit guides.
Yes, you have permission. Thank you.
Okay, Tanya, I'm going to connect to the cards. Now, what kind of question would you like to ask the cards? And how this is going to work is that either both myself and Mandy will be pulling cards, and we'll be like, it's a combined reading. So what would you like to ask the cards this evening?
I'd like to talk about, I'm recently selling my house. And yeah, it's kind of crazy time to be doing this. So I guess I'm in the middle of a deal right now. So any insight that you could provide into the selling and what's going to happen?
Hi. So when you say deal, is it like somebody made an offer and you're waiting for it to close?
Yes, there's some conditions. So just making sure that everything will go through at this time.
Do you have a link to the listing so that we can like scan it energetically and look at it?
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah.
How do I do that? Do I just cut and paste it to...
So grab the link and put it in the chat. So hover over the bottom and see the chat, and then and put the link there. And then
by the way, if anybody wants to buy a house, there's a link coming up on the...
I want to see it. I want to be able to scan it energetically.
Without even having to look at the link, I'll just tell you what the cards are that I pulled up for this. It's going to be a long process. So whatever this deal is, it's going to take longer than you think. But you'll be working on it back and forth. Okay, either with the person that has already said, and I have a funny feeling that person's going to fall through. I hate to say that, but this is just what the cards are telling me. Falling through, because I'm getting the 3 of Swords. Okay, with that kind of a thing. But this is the kind of, you're still going to be working on it, building a deal back and forth. So whether it's with that person or with somebody else, there's going to be an ongoing deal happening back and forth with you and someone else. Of course, real estate is usually a lot like that.
Let's look at this house. She just shared.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really need to do that. I'm trying to feel her presence, which is more important to me than that. But thank you, Joey. Okay. So, did I get tossed out?
No, we're looking at the house because I want to see the house.
Okay, that's fun. Okay, so he multitasks. I don't. I get right to the point here. Okay, so this situation that I'm looking at here tells me, according to you.
Oh, girl, where is the house? You're in Ontario. Oh,
I'm just north of Kingston.
Oh, wow. This is beautiful.
This is so typical of Joey. Next thing you know, he'll be asking your net worth. So don't answer any questions. Okay, when it comes to that. So what I'm seeing.
Oh, this house is beautiful. Did you have this designed by a stager or like a designer? Were you on a reality TV show?
No.
But in the long run,
it's on the water.
Joey, leave people's things alone.
Okay, I've stopped sharing, but it's gorgeous.
It's about Tanya's house at the moment. It's about, she wants to know how this is going to play out for her.
So I'm in agreement with you, Mandy, about the resurgence.
Okay, well, the cards are in agreement.
Feeling weird. And the rebirth card is that there's something that might be off with this first kind of deal, but another one is going to come through because of the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups. So you're selling this house, and you're going to sell this house on deadline. Yeah. It's just... No,
I'm sorry. I hate to argue with you there, but it's not going to be on the deadline that she's expecting.
Really? Because I see that she's going to do it.
This is what I'm seeing from this, Joey. So I'm not seeing that right away.
Okay.
And you surprised me, but let us know. Okay, message Joey and let us know how this ends up. Because
thank you.
I'd be interesting to know if the reading that I'm getting here is, the way I'm seeing it. But this here is, and I agree with Joey here, something is going to be happening with it, of course, because this is what this is about. You're going to reap your rewards because you've been patient, and you're going to see it grow, and you're going to get what you want ultimately. So our cards are different cards.
And that's cashed out karma, like in Dharma and stuff like that. Like Wheel of Fortune is that she's selling the house, and the Ace of Cups is like a new spiritual beginning, a new spiritual path.
But none of it is saying that it's happening right away. None of those cards are saying that, Joey. I hate to disagree, but none of them are saying it. If they were, then I would say something to her. But,
well, thank you. I'm very grateful.
Well, you're so welcome, Tanya, and good luck with all of that. I really wish you a lot of luck with it.
Thank you
so much for coming on for a reading.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, no more looking at people's houses.
Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to kick her out of the queue, panelists.
There's a lot of people waiting for a reading. We want to make them all.
There we go. Okay, so who else's hands up? Let's do Francie. I haven't.
Okay, Francie. Francie's got her dog, so this is good.
Hi.
Hello, Francie.
She doesn't have video, so
okay.
That's fine. So, but we have her on. It's okay. So, what is your question, Francie? It's so nice to hear from you. It's been such a long time.
I know. I knew you when you were just a baby.
Yeah, she knew me in my my teen years.
That's right. Yeah, you're so awesome, and I've always had such a wonderful connection with you every time we've talked.
Are you from Prince Edward Island then, Francie?
Oh my goodness, I'm from DC.
Oh, okay. So how do you know him when he was a child?
I just happened to love Toronto.
And when I first moved here, she was friends with the gay uncles and Pam
and Lucas.
Yeah, well, thank you, Francie. It's interesting how you can throw your voice into Joey's like that.
No, he's right. He's exactly right. The gay uncles and Lucas Rossi was the first connection with the gay uncles, right?
For Mandy, who doesn't know who Lucas is, he was a musician he won Canadian Idol, or was it? It was Rockstar something.
Yeah, Rockstar Supernova.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think he won it. I don't remember his name.
No, he won it. Lucas Rossi, he won. But
from Nova Scotia?
He's from Toronto. But he just happened to get on the show as a musician to audition for a Tommy Lee band.
And he ended up winning?
Yes.
Because I don't remember that name. Isn't that weird? What year was that, you know?
It was 2006.
Rockstar Supernova. It was a Rockstar show.
Right. Yes.
Oh, so it wasn't Canadian Idol.
I thought it was Canadian Idol. It was my mistake.
Okay, so you just turned me off. So it was my mistake thinking that you were correct. Okay, so now I understand. Because I didn't recognize that name. I watch Canadian Idol all the time. So yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no.
that's not really about it. Francie, what was it you were going to ask us?
Well, I didn't even realize I was going to answer a question or ask a question. But the main thing is I'm going to retire in 3 years. And I just want to get an idea of what that's going to look like or what's going to happen between now and then. Trying to help my daughter through a hard time right now as well.
Well, that's a lot of boxes to open up.
I know. And
Can we focus on one of those? Which one would you pick if you had a choice between all three of them?
Okay. Will my daughter and I be able to build a house together and live together in my retirement?
So I got the star, not right now, but
No.
set a wish and work towards that. It will happen, but maybe in 5 years. So it's not
5
going to happen
years.
in the 3 years. It's going to happen in 5 years. That's what I have coming through. I also have the Queen of Swords, meaning you need to have a definitive plan and cut through the bullshit. The other card, and to let everybody know, I'm pulling 3 cards each time when someone has a question. I've got the 5 of Pentacles, which is concerning because it means issues with money and feeling poor, and it challenges us to change our attitude about money and have to be like, this is going to be a very difficult couple of years financially. But the thing is, you are going to get through it and you are going to get to your goal. What's so powerful about the star is that you have to keep doing what you're doing, but you have to have that hope and make that wish. So I think the thing is, as long as you have a cute little picture of your dream house that you're going to build with your daughter, you're going to get it.
Okay.
What do you have coming through, Mandy?
Francie, which one of you between you and your daughter is the one that basically already knows what you want and you have things mapped out almost?
Well, we know exactly how we want to arrange the house or the type of house we want. She has her own business, which of course is getting hit really hard right now. And but I work for the federal government, so I have a really good salary right now, and I have which would be cut basically in half whenever I retire. So I understand what Joey's saying about the money and the hardship, because the next few years I can see with this coronavirus business going on, it really did kind of put some question marks around the way that I was going to put money away, because I need to help her out. So
I wasn't looking, when I was pulling the cards, I wasn't looking at any of that.
Okay.
What I'm looking at is focusing on exactly what you asked.
Okay.
And I'm putting all of the rest of the world aside, because what the world will do could change anything at any time.
Right.
So I'm answering your question directly, as in what you were asking about you and your daughter and how that was going to play out or whatever it was you wanted to happen. The reason I was asking you about which one of you is the one that's really quite independent and grounded, but you're saying both of you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
what I'm also
I'm gonna
getting,
pretend like I don't know you, Francie, but what do you do for the government?
You're doing it again, Joey.
I take care of making sure that the Department of Agriculture's data is correct on websites, so the public knows exactly what we're doing at the Department of Agriculture.
Okay, is it just your daughter moving in, or does she have another person?
She owns a house right now. Her 20-year boyfriend bailed on her all of a sudden last year. And so she's going to be selling that house, and then that's the question mark. She has to get the house ready to sell it, and then have another place to live. So it's kind of a limbo as to how that is going to play out over the years, the 3 years, because she's 90 minutes away from me. We don't live close to each other now.
Francie, if you don't mind, I don't need all that information. I'm just trying to get to it's okay, because we're having a conversation. Wonderful. And Joey's good at that sort of thing. I'm just trying to zero in on what you're asking me and to keep my head in that space with the cards. There is conflict happening here, and I'm going to try and figure out what that is. Is it conflict with her? And will she be expecting her boyfriend to bring some conflict at any other time after this separation?
He tries to, but she has full control over the situation.
Okay, yeah, she does, because this is what this is.
Yes.
Okay, and this is what this is when it comes to you. That's why I'm talking about two women that are centered. They both know what they want. Okay,
Yes.
but that doesn't help this. So whatever this is, it's one of two things. It's one, either she's got conflict around her and will continue to have for a little while, or you have conflict around you, which we don't need to know right now. Or when you guys actually do move in, there will be a little sorting out that you'll have to do. There'll be differences of opinion, or maybe she'll end up meeting someone else and it'll become something that won't fit with what your vision is. Whatever it is, just write that down so that you have note of it.
Yes.
So that later on you can kind of, message Joey and say, what Mandy was saying, this is what I think Mandy meant. So
yes.
I'd like to get feedback on it if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah, there's I think if she meets someone else, we're just going to have to make a granny flat in the backyard or something.
There's always a way. It's just adjustment, It's not necessarily violent. It's just adjustment and conflict and something that's going on around. It happens to everybody every day, right? So it could be anything. But Francie, I wish you so much luck, and your daughter, with this.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Francie. It was so nice to hear your voice. It's been a while.
It's good to see you, Joey, and I wish we could get together sometime.
Well, we'll do a Zoom on another time. Talk to you soon, darling.
All right, babe. Bye. Thank you.
Oh, so I'm trying to disable talking. There we go. So who is next? Let's all these people with these hands up. Okay, I'm scrolling through. Oh, I think
you just have to. The thing is, I hate to say this, Joe, but you have to get to the point, because there's so many people waiting. Don't ask people about their net worth or if they have any jewelry.
Hi, Jenny.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Can you try and activate your video?
Oh, geez. You don't want to look at me right now. None of us are showering.
We do want to look at you.
Best-looking people in the world right now.
We need
I love you so much.
Okay, I'm going to try.
Try.
My hand. I don't see, this is where everybody gets to see how illiterate I am on technology. I don't think I have an option.
We all are. We're all just stumbling around. And this is Joey's room, and he doesn't even know how to control it. It's
well, listen, none of us can control anything right now. Let's be honest.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, there's no option for me to be on a video, unfortunately. So you're just going to have to enjoy the sound of my voice.
Well, you know what? I'm loving it, and I'm so glad to hear you. Jenny, can you just tell everybody who's listening in a little bit about who you are and how you're connected to Club 120?
Sure, absolutely. So my name is Jenny, and I am one of the curators or show producers at the 120 Diner. And I host and produce a monthly musical theater open stage that is offers a safe and supportive, inclusive space for musical theater performers and enthusiasts of all skill levels and styles and whatnot. Just people who love musical theater get to come together once a month and share their favorite songs with a live group of musicians, which is really fantastic. And we have different guests come in from Mervis shows and tours and local cabaret artists and whatnot. And we offer tickets and make theater accessible as best we can for young emerging artists in Toronto. Another series I work on with the Diner is the Sunday Cabaret series, and I produce and present 2 cabarets a month, and I work with and mentor 2 separate acts every month, and I do that with a few other artists, presenters, Derek Chua and Ori Dagan, and there's a few of us that make that happen. And I'm also just a big fan of the 120 Diner and of Todd and Mandy, and have really found family there. And it's such a special, special place that you walk in and you know that you belong and that you're loved and cared about. And they offer so many different styles of open mics and stages and shows. So there's really something for everyone. And so I'm a big longtime fan, first time caller. We'll love you guys forever. So that's who I am.
And we love you.
So what would you like to ask the cards today? And I would like to ask permission to connect to your spirit guides.
Oh, goodness. Oh, you don't have to do a reading for me, my loves. I don't even know what to ask. You know how Mandy knows how I feel about this.
Right, Danny, I was going to tell everybody out there that I just, a couple of weeks ago, I already did a reading for Jenny. So it's important that Joey does it this time, because that'll be a reading from someone else, Jenny.
Oh, goodness.
Not for me, because Jenny's one of my friends. So like I was saying earlier, I read for friends and family, and I haven't really done anything where I don't know anyone. So this is really interesting for me.
It is actually really kind of interesting, because a lot of people always ask me and my students from Udemy and Happy Soul and stuff like that, who does readings for me. And Mandy is the person who does readings for me, because she's always spot on. She is definitely like my best kept secret. That now is out of the box.
Out of the box, I'll say. Okay, well, listen, all right. Well, I feel like it's a time that we're all kind of getting through together, and I don't want to ask anything for me personally, but maybe on behalf of my community, of the theater community, I feel like we've been hit kind of hard, theater festivals and theater companies being shut down until who knows when, and we get such joy bringing joy to people. So maybe is it a fair question to ask about maybe the trajectory of theater, of what's going to happen? Are we going to come back? What is
have a timeline, like next 6 months, a year?
Let's say next 6 months. And Mandy knows I hate asking questions like this, but if there are any people
so we got
watching
the
that are
Judgment
interested
card, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So having these two pages and stuff like that, I think I always see the Judgment card as reinvention or rebirth. So the thing is, I see a lot of these theater people doing a lot of stuff online, and it's a new beginning, it's a new form, it's a new art form, and at first it's going to feel really weird and not like conventional, but we're reinventing the wheel right now. And the thing is, it means that a new source of income and a new art form is going to be developed in the virtual space. So I see virtual theater and like a new kind of payment format. So people like maybe doing, lives where everybody donates to like the house and like the troupe, and they're all acting in separate windows on Zoom or virtual like chat rooms. That's what I got coming through, happening in literally the next month or two. I feel like a lot of different industries are adjusting at different times. Like, retail is switching to e-commerce, and businesses are doing Zoom rooms and stuff like that. In the theater, people are going to be the last group to kind of adopt it, because it's a non-conventional way.
Right. Okay.
But it's not all going to be online.
Yes.
It'll go back to a lot of it will go back to where it was, Jenny, because I snuck a card. Okay.
Of course you did.
I'm gonna go freshen up my drink, so you're in charge.
Because Jenny, you never ever asked me anything about that when we did our readings. It was always more personal. So
yeah.
This was the first time you've asked something about the theater, and so
I've never been in front of an audience before. So.
Well, you know how it is. So I got this, which it means different things at different times with different people, depending on the question. Okay, and the question and what you're relating to right now is with the theater. What I see happening with the theater is exactly what Joey said, actually. It's a reinvention, just a reinvention of a different kind. Theater people are going to move in another direction, which means, I don't know if it's something like, okay, the same old thing has been going on. And when I say that, I say it with the biggest heart. A lot of it is the same. You go and you see a musical, Jenny, and you know this with the classics. You go to see a musical, and it's the same musical as you saw last week, only they're wearing different costumes. And it's almost kind of like, okay, well, I saw that musical, which means I don't have to go see that one because I think I already saw it. So what I mean by that is people are going to become with really interesting ideas. Theater is going to take a jump forward into a whole new thing. And I can see that happening for the stage productions in particular. And because I got this one, Joey, some of it is going to be like they're going to start getting a little naughty, I think. Some people are going to start writing more stuff, and they know they're going to have to get an audience to come in. And they might have to get a little more naughty because people go, oh, we have to go see that. That's kind of naughty. It's like I want to
Okay.
see that.
I agree with you, Mandy, because theater has not changed in the last 4,000 years, and now it's going to be in a digital, three-dimensional kind of like new renaissance is happening for theater, and it's going to be really exciting to
There's
see.
going to be new ideas, and Jenny, that's where you come in, because Jenny is brilliant with that. Jenny comes up with different ideas that you don't see. It's like when I went to see Rocky Horror Picture Show that she put together. First of all, I didn't want to go.
We went together, actually.
Exactly, because first of all, I don't like watching theater because it's someone's forcing me to pay money and sit on my butt and watch something that a lot of the times is just crap. So I don't bother putting myself in that position, and I don't bother putting the actors in that position where I have to stand up and walk out. So this is why I don't bother doing it. But when I saw her version of Rocky Horror, I've never seen it done and presented in the way she did it. So what I'm saying, Jenny, is you have to be one of those, and I know you will be. You have to be one of those that are going to start bringing some oomph to music theater, and get gutsy and get bold and don't apologize, just kind of get out there and do, this is the way I want to do this, what you did with Rocky. You went, this is the way I want to do it, and then when I was watching, it was brilliantly done. So there you are.
Oh, that's exciting. That's hopeful. I appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Jane. We're going to do the thing. Bye.
Please do. Bye, loves. Love you both.
Bye.
Okay, who's next? We got so many hands up. Oh, just a second. There's like quite a few. I'm going to do this at random, just swishing through. Allow to talk. Hi, Ivan. How are you?
How are you doing?
We're getting a picture at least.
Yeah, well, progress. Is there a way to activate your video or no?
I don't see an option on my screen for that.
Maybe it has to do with the bandwidth.
Is it? Robert, I thought Robert was doing the producing. Robert, get on that and find out what's going on.
Robert's doing producing in the live in Facebook. He's not actually in the room.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Ivan, I think it's incredible. You should have a picture, and so I can see a bit about you and be able to, dig a little deeper here.
Is your wife with you, Ivan?
Yeah, actually, I raised my hand for Christine. She's the one that has the question.
Oh, okay. All right. So you don't look anything like her, I hope. Or have we've been quarantined for that long, darling, and it's like, I don't know.
Hi, Christine.
Okay. Anyway, so Christine, do you mind talking to us, sweetie?
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Thank you for this tonight. I'm having lots of fun, having my drink with me, and
good,
good time. Woo! So cheers to you both. Just do a cheers to you first. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, yes.
My question is it's kind of a general one, but it's this week after being with the company for 12 years, I lost my job. But I sort of feel like deep down that there's actually something positive, that there's kind of like a reason why this happened. So I'm just wondering if there's sort of any general messages about the next few months.
Joey, do you want to go first on that one?
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm just trying to look to see why the video isn't activating on the.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I could have done that then.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull. So Christina got the death card. the 7 of.
No, and it's never what it means.
And I definitely have now the Lover's card. So the thing is, it's like death card is about change and transformation. The thing is, you might not realize it, but there's something wasn't working anymore. And when we get, and even like Ivan, you know this because you've taken my tarot course, is that the 7 of wands, that there were people who were jealous of you and people who were coming for you and kind of moving things against you because they wanted your position or they wanted your credibility. So the thing is, it's very interesting that the Lovers goes up is that something that you're actually passionate in a new direction is going to come up, an opportunity that you really want to put yourself into. And it's what's really kind of funny and energetically is that I feel like it has to do with something more spiritual.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
So the universe was responding to your soul's wish.
You know, you're gonna kiss a lot of frogs, and What I mean by that is job-wise, employment-wise. But you're going to go through some different interviews. But the good thing that's showing here is interesting is you'll be able to pick and choose. I don't know anything about your background. I don't need to. You're a strong woman, and you know what you want, and you're not going to settle for anything less. Okay, so I see that happening. So it's going to take a little while, and people are going to offer you things. But it's funny, Joey, I got the same card as you did. See, Joey?
Mm-hmm. We got the same card.
That's the second card. The first one was this. That's taking, a few options. But this card here, it's you're on guard. You're guarding yourself. So whether you're guarding yourself because you're making sure someone is treating you fairly, or they're going to give you what you think you deserve, okay, is the way I see this card related to you. And this here means basically Joey has a different version of this than I do. Joey thinks it's something with his money coming your way. I have something that's going, you're not going to get as much money as you think you should be getting, and you deserve more. So whether that is the end is not necessarily. It's the end of this particular reading, but it's not the end of you will take this job or not. But what I'm saying is the closest you'll get as a job is not going to be enough money for you in your mind. And I'm not sure how much money you're looking to make, but you might want to stall and not take it, even though you're going to be very tempted, because employers are going to be in a great position when we all come out of this. And that sounds terrible coming from someone who owns a business. But, in our case, our employees are waiting. Our employees will be back and we'll have them and it'll be the same. We won't play that game with our employees. But some places are going to. It's like these people really need work. And so I'm going to try and get away with everything. So don't settle for anything less, than what you deserve, my dear. And it looks like you have this is the feeling I'm getting. This is not the cards we're reading. You two have a great relationship. And I can tell that. And usually I would never say, because they seem like the energy that came off the both of them talking back and forth. First of all, he called. So she's the woman in charge because he called. And even though it looks like some people might think, oh, he must be in charge. Look at him. He puts his picture up and everything. But that's not the case. It's like that woman's in charge of her own thing on every level. And he seems like such a nice guy, and it seems like she's made a good choice.
I'm very lucky.
See, I was going to say, because it's like you're not the type that would settle for anything that what you deserve. And that would be the same with your employment. So hang in there and take a good offer, but not anything less than what you deserve.
Amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. It was great.
Okay, well, thank you both for logging in, and hopefully I'll see both of you soon at the store. Bye, Ivan and Christine.
Hi, thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, we've got Vicky.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Vicky, can you hear us? Vicky,
hello?
Can you hear us?
Oh, there you are. Okay.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. So we're what would you like to ask the cards today?
I would like to know about my love life.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
So, do I have permission to connect to your angels and your spirit guides?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got the Death card again.
Okay.
We've got the Six of Swords, which is leaving a difficult situation, but then we have the Emperor. So it's kind of like a little intense. There's a lot of masculine, heavy energy when it comes to this. It means that you need to clear the slate of how you've been entering in and out of relationships. And the Emperor card means that the structure no longer works. And there's a lot of aggression and almost warlike energy that is causing a lot of problems. And when the Emperor shows up, it means that it's like almost like a father energy is disapproving of the people that you are in relationships with.
Okay.
Does that make sense, or do we need to clarify?
Yeah, that does make sense. I can see it. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
What is it? What is it about these men that you've had experiences with, Vicky, that hasn't worked for you? And it seems to be almost consistent.
I feel like it's a consistent issue with dating in Toronto, big city, or I don't know, like maybe the type that I'm going for.
That's what I want to hear. Let's hear about that.
What is your type?
Well, it doesn't matter
very
what it.
masculine, alpha. That's my type.
Okay, so whatever
that's
your.
why the Emperor card came up, because masculine, like
Yes.
from
Okay.
Mars.
Let me just finish what I was doing here, Joy. Then please feel free to go back because I'm going to lose my track here. Okay. Whoever it is you're choosing or whatever type you're choosing, it's not working. Stop it. Okay. Because you're not going to meet the person who you need to meet. That's why I'm saying it. I'm not trying to be, mean. But once you find or change this type and change what I always call that cycle that people get into, where it's kind of like, well, that's the type of man I like. That's not always good for you because it's the type of man you like. So what I see here is you're going to meet somebody in a different setting, a different location, whatever it is, and it will not be usually the type of man that you are really attracted to, but it will be somebody who's going to worm their way into your heart. And then you're going to kind of go, wow, I've been wasting all my time on this. And I finally met somebody because I'm getting this, which means you are going to meet someone. It is a start of something else. And I'm getting this, but it's in with a community type of thing. So you're going to be either in a group or you're going to meet them somewhere else than where you usually go. And this is a card I got, the present card, which is what's happening now with you. Stop, my little darling, okay? None of these people are good for you, okay? You really need to find someone who's good for you, and they will come along. Once you stop going for that type, that person will be there.
So I just randomly pulled a card, and I got the 2 of Cups, which is like your twin flame, your soul flame, your like your ideal partner is out there waiting for you. It's just not going to be in the way that, look, I just pulled a 10 of Swords as well. It's not who you think it is.
Yeah. Break the pattern, my darling. Break that pattern.
It's hard to break the pattern.
Oh, Vicky, believe me, I know. I have seen an armadillo. Believe me, I know. Okay, I've been through that situation myself. This is why I don't even date. And I don't date anymore because I always end up with the same type of man that I'm always attracted to who are never good for me.
Right.
And so I've just stopped. It's like, and I will wait, but even then I don't really need that anymore because I have learned to really just want to be with myself.
Right.
And if something else happens, that's a bonus. So how long have you been single at this point, Vicky?
A few years.
Oh, it's years. Okay.
Yeah, it's a few years, but I mean, like I've dated, but nothing long term, like what I'm really looking for, right? So,
if this is not offensive to anybody out there listening, sometimes there's a big difference between sex and relationships. But I'm sure a lot of you know that. So if these are the type of man that you're really attracted to, then have sex with them. But don't try to have a relationship with them because it's not going to work. But the relationship is going to be out there. And then you're going to all of a sudden turn around and go, wow, this is what I really wanted, not that. And this is what's special to me. I like spending time with this man. I don't want to do time with this man. Okay, and that's what happens with the type of man that you have been dealing with. You're doing time with them. And it's almost like you're doing what they want, or you're changing a little bit of your soul for them, and you shouldn't have to do that. Am I wrong there? Because I hate to dig deep like that and be wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay, well, you know what? You're a sweetheart, and you are going to meet someone. I know it. Okay, don't worry. It's going to happen. It is.
Okay, thank you so much.
Vicky, for joining us.
Thank you,
Thank
Vicky.
you.
Okay, who's next? We got all these hands up. Hands up, hands up. We got Tanya, Tanya's still here. Okay, we've got Princey, Estelle, Wargachuk. Oh, okay, so we have to promote this person to a thingamabob. Hi, Estelle. How are you?
Oh,
We got someone on video.
hi.
Can you hear us? Okay, we're unmuting you. Gotcha. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can
Oh,
hear you.
wonderful.
Excellent. So just before we start, I'm shuffling the cards. Can I connect to your spirit guides and your angels?
Absolutely.
Okay. What would you like to ask the cards today?
I want to ask about my current relationship. Our baby is due next month.
Wow, girl, work.
And we are planning on moving on in together. So I just want to make sure that that's.
And when are you planning to move in together?
Any day now. Well.
Wow. So what, like, do you just want to check in to see like, you know, kind of like a mental.
It looks to me like just by looking at this young lady that she has got a little bit of doubt there. Is that what's going on here, Estelle?
I'm sensing anxiety.
Because we did it, we tried already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not
so
sure
this
if
is
you should
interesting.
try again.
It's the Judgment card, which means rebirth, a second chance. And the thing is, we've got, you know, I think that it's going to work out this time because the Four of Wands is victory and work-life balance. And the thing is, so what King of Wands, what is your partner who's moving in with you do? Like, is he okay, like, career-wise right now?
Actually, yes, better than he was the first time we moved in together.
Okay, so that makes a big difference.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm pulling one more card. Oh, well, so the thing is, the Two of Cups is like soul flame, relationship. The energy is really good and in sync right now. So this is actually a really good time that, like, I always get nervous when people have relationship questions because I'm always like, oh, it's like, oh, and it's especially when a relationship is in a repeat mode and it's a second chance. But the Judgment card, the Four of Wands, and even the fact that we got the Two of Cups, it means that this is, you know, second time is a charm. So this is actually really good. It's going to work out. And it actually is really good that you got the Four of Wands because it means work-life balance. So does he work from home?
No.
Okay, so it's good that he's leaving the house. So you have space and time for you.
Yes, exactly. Especially at the beginning.
Well, he's not there yet. So
That's
you're
good.
like, you know what I love, Joey, tonight from what I've seen and heard so far? There's a lot of strong women here, a lot. And I can see it in your eye. He hurt you.
Yes.
Okay, and you will not take that crap. Okay, and you're giving him another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes you the person who is strong, not him. But I'm going to tell you now, and I hope I'm wrong. Whatever he did, he's going to do it again.
Okay.
He will not do it at first, okay, but he will eventually do it. And it's not necessarily because it's his fault. It's because it's just part of who he is. That doesn't make it okay, believe me, but it's part of who he is. He can go two ways with you for the second time, and that's this card, the Two of Swords. He can go one direction or the other. And if he decides he wants to be responsible and it's all about you and your child, which he should be, that should be number one for him, then that will end up working out pretty good. But he's still not going to stop some of his bad habits if you can tolerate them. Okay, and the second way is like he's just going to screw up almost right away. So one direction or the other. But the thing is with this is he hurt you, okay, and he may hurt you again because it's part of his personality. And I'm hoping, you know, please know that I'm hoping that's not going to happen to you because you don't deserve it.
Oh my God, man, you have like no chill. Like, it's like.
Well, no, because I want to tell the truth. And I hope when I say something that's not all that positive that I'm wrong. I really do. But I can feel these things and I just know.
Well,
this situation here, just let me finish this reading, Joey, and then if you don't mind. So this card here tells me that if he decides to go the wrong way, you're a very strong woman and you can do this by yourself. You're independent. You're in charge of your own fate. You're in charge of everything. That man or any man is not important. You're important. That baby is important. And that is number one, which does not mean you have to have someone else come into your life to help you because, you know, darling, You don't need any help.
No.
You know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for letting us read for you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so everybody who's tuning in, we've gotten quite a few. We're up to like 32 people in the Zoom room right now, and we've got quite a few people waiting with their hands up, 16 people. If there's any other people who would like a reading, please put your hand up. Mandy's taking a break, so we're going to put her stop video. No, we can leave her video. So this is our chance, our time to kind of do like a little quick commercial. I'm going to take you off. Estelle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, how do I kick you out? You video.
I'm sorry, I had to get a drink.
Cancel. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to.
Yes, let's just keep moving because we don't want to take up too much time. We want everyone to get a chance.
Exactly. So I'm just going to take, so if you can just remind, there's a whole bunch of new people. So if you can let people know what we're doing today, I'm just going to quickly go refreshing my drink. And
what are we doing today?
We are doing readings, but we're doing it for the fundraiser I just shared in the chat.
Oh, yes.
Fundraiser link.
Well, you know I don't like to do my own commercials.
That's not the fundraiser link. That's actually Tanya's thing.
You sent people to her house?
Yes, Firehouse. There we go. I'll be back.
Whatever you do, don't give him your account numbers because you'll send people over to your bank account next. My goodness. For those who just joined us, we're not trying to get money for readings, okay? If you want to give something to help myself and my business partner, Todd Klink, reopen when all of this is finished and we're going to be in a lot of debt, and I'm hoping we can reopen our restaurant and nightclub. Give a little. It doesn't matter what you give if you decide you want to. But again, this is not for money. I do not like to do readings for money, okay? So I don't want the two to be tied in. So,
he's not Joey Wargachuk.
Yes, I'm not like Joey. I don't ask for people's personal bank account numbers and want to know how much they're worth. Anyway, so who do we have next?
Okay, I'm looking. Just a second. Someone's asking for our room ID. So everybody put their hand up.
There's a lot of hands up.
Who wants a reading? I'm looking. Tiffany. Allow Tiffany to talk. Oh, I think I did. Hi, Tiffany. Can you hear us?
Yes. Hi. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi. Yeah. So I just wanted to know if or when I will receive a new career opportunity.
Okay. Career or job, Tiffany?
Career.
Okay. That's always a better route to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, careers are much better than just a job.
Right.
Okay, so do I have permission to connect to your angels and your spirit guides?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Are you currently laid off because of the pandemic?
No, I work in the legal field as a paralegal, but I'm just really unhappy. Like I'm looking for something new and entirely different. Something rewarding and meaningful.
And what would rewarding and meaningful be for you? Like, what would be your dream job right now? Your dream offer? What would your dream offer later look like?
Just something helping people. Something where I'm more creative.
You want to do it on your own terms, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do something where it's you kind of almost calling all the shots. People can be there to guide you a little bit, but you want to be in charge of your own fate. And that's what career is too. It's like it's your own thing. I see that. You're being held back from really blooming into what you want to do. And I only say that because of the card, not because of what you just told us. I don't know what you have there, Joey, but I have this, which means there is an opportunity going to arise,
Right.
from this. But there's going to be a couple of things happening, but they're not all going to be happy endings for you. Okay, this is why I'm getting this here. Okay. So be careful what you decide to study or learn in order to get this career, because, as we know, we can't just jump into different categories unless we have experience or education or whatever it is you need, classes or whatever. But I see that happening for you, but it's going to take a little while for you to really find the one that you want and the one that's going to make you happy, from what I'm seeing in this reading anyway.
Okay, well, what I've got coming through is that it almost is, the King of Wands and the Two of Cups represents you need almost like a partnership with a business. It isn't you working for someone anymore. It's about you being on your own terms. And the thing is, it's about you feeling free and in control and in charge. So I'm with Mandy 100% on what she pulled up too, because the thing is you have to stop holding yourself back and approach employment in a more self-employment partnership with a business opposed to working for it. Does that make sense for you, Mandy?
Right.
Well, for me, it's not really about me. It's
I'm just saying, did that kind of tied in to you? And yes, and thank you so much.
Yeah, everything was basically on the same level. Well, I wish you a lot of luck.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Tiffany. Thank you.
Okay, just a second. We're gonna boot you.
I wish I could have got more for Tiffany there. There wasn't like a lot. I don't know. I think it's going to be a journey for her. But
yeah, it's always a journey. So I'm trying to figure out.
Some people it isn't. Some people.
Okay, here we go. Coast remove. Okay. Wow, I don't under.
Can't you just start clicking on people?
I am clicking on people, but there's like now too many people in the thingamabob. So
you start clicking on people and we can get through them.
Okay, so next we have allowed to talk. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is, hello.
Hey.
We've got
SVETA. How do you pronounce that?
It's Shweta.
Oh wow.
But I just changed my name.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
It's spelled as SHWETA.
Oh, look at you with all the letters.
I'm a writer. So.
Oh, girl! So you finally so she is one of my favorite people in the whole universe. She's one of my students.
Oh.
She came all the way from India, and she used to work for Indian Vogue.
That's right.
Okay. India is such a spiritual place too. It's so beautifully spiritual.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm lucky to have that.
It's almost like you're born that way. As soon as you're born in India, it's like, oh, okay.
It really is. There's so much wisdom there, so much to learn from people.
Yeah, it is. I've noticed that. Yeah.
How's your new job going? Are you still at your new job?
Well, I am, and that is my question actually. So it's a contractual position, and it's supposed to end on the 2nd of May. Now, I had a talk with my manager literally last week, and they told us that they're cutting our salaries by 25%, which is fine, understandable. And I asked her so my contract's ending, are you going to renew it or not? And she's like, no comment. So I really don't know what to expect. And they've laid a lot of people off as well. And yeah.
And do you think they've been happy with your work and everything that
Yeah, they definitely have. The team really likes me, and they've really made me feel welcomed. and it's very positive.
So you're asking if you're going to be keeping that job, or you're asking if you have to move on? Or what is it you're asking?
He wants to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to really dig into this one, don't we? Yeah.
Okay. Do I have permission to access your angels and all that stuff like that?
Yes, please.
All your spirit guides and energies and your codes.
The list is getting shorter and shorter, isn't it, Joey? Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull some cards.
Is your boss? Do you mind if I ask? Is your boss a feminine energy?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, Joey. Sorry, I interrupted.
Okay, so that's fine. So we got the Page of Swords going. The thing is, it's the end of this contract, and the Seven of Swords is telling me that you're going to be going on to something else. And what's really kind of exciting is that with the Eight of Wands, which is one of my favorites, is that you're actually going to go back to that path of, and full disclaimer to everybody who's tuning in, I know you very well, you're one of my students, is that I think that you're going to be able to focus on tarot as a business again.
Okay, that's great, because I just did 2 readings today. And
congratulations, girl.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, I pulled like 10 cards, like a Celtic cross just before, and I have the Eight of Swords as well, Eight of Wands as well. So that's just an affirmation.
Oh,
it's very difficult. I don't know if you find this, Joy, but I find it's very difficult to read for myself. I can read for anybody else, but when it comes to reading for myself, it's almost like I'm asking the cards to give me the cards I want. I find I'm doing that sometimes. So it is tough. So I'm glad you're asking us. At least you're getting an outside opinion. Which is great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That happens to me all the time as well. I feel like sometimes I want and I wish for something and I want the tarot to show me that, but it's very in your face sometimes.
Yeah, because the cards or the universe, however you want to look at it, don't like that.
Exactly.
No, they don't. It's like you're asking for something for yourself.
What does your reading say?
I'm getting a this is not great. Your job, just a little more into the job you're currently at. Is your boss, is she defensive? Is she like a defensive type of individual? Is she a little difficult to work with?
She's honestly pretty okay to work with.
So who is it?
I've had like worse female bosses. She's really okay, but defensive, yeah, she could be.
Okay, was there anybody else at your work that you're dealing with directly then that is defensive? And you're a spiritual woman, so you can sense if somebody doesn't really gel with you. Is there someone like that?
I feel like everyone's been really open and positive to me.
Okay.
And I've not felt any negative energies there.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that.
Not to be all judgy, but you love everyone.
I know. Okay, maybe.
So you might not notice it?
She would not notice it.
Like, no. I'm getting this, and if you know the cards then, so I'm getting this. So what is this telling you?
Yeah, no, I just pulled another card, and that's very similar to like...
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that's right.
So what is going on, darling? Are you missing something?
Do you think it's me? Am I being defensive? Am I being...
Are you?
I mean, I would say, honestly, like how Joey said, I really wanted to focus on my tarot business. And then like this job came along and it's great money. And I don't know if I can make that much money only through tarot. I'm also working on my own book, so I would appreciate time to write. But yeah, that's it. Like,
so your heart's not in your job. There's other things you want to do. Yeah. Okay. Well, that could be part of that. And that's this. This is you. You want to do you want to do your own thing. You're a strong spirit. You're grounded. And it's like, but you're doing this.
Yeah.
So
I see.
It's right there with the cards. It's if you want to really do what you want to do and what's in your heart, and you want to work on your art. And I love it when people work on their art.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do and you're looking at it right now going, I can't do my art because I need a job, or I can't do my job because I want to do art. So what you have to maybe do is find a way to have them in a happy marriage. So get a job and look, and in your head, always know, this is where I'm making my money. This is what I want to do. And if you're not able, while you're doing your job full time, to be able to work on your art, then that job is not for you.
Right.
You have to do your art. We all have to. That's part of our souls.
Yeah.
I don't know if that
That's
helps,
true.
but this is part
It
of
does.
what I'm
It
saying.
really does. Thank you so much.
Oh, my darling,
Well,
you're
thank you
welcome.
so much for
Good luck with
joining us,
that.
darling.
Lots of luck for you.
Thank you so much. I really.
Okay, she vanished. So, Uma, looking, all the people with the hands up. Hello. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I can hear me.
We can hear
Desiree?
you.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good so far, but it's not really about us.
You're right. You're right.
So, did you have something in particular you want to know, or you're struggling with, or you're happy about? Even just let us know.
Just my love life, really. Another love question. Just maybe what I guess that will look like. I've kind of just been in limbo, confused, even. Yeah, it's
Okay.
love life.
Okay, when you say love life, okay, there's love life, and then there's kind of like a relationship type of life. Is it because you want to be in love, or you're looking for a relationship to work on being in love?
I guess I would say, I would like to have someone in my life. It seems as if past situations haven't really worked out. I've obviously lessons learned, but
darling, you gave it away to me already as soon as you put the question the way you did. Stop looking for love. Look for the relationship and let that turn into love. Because if you're forcing it, it's not going to happen.
Right.
You're looking for this thing that's so unachievable to so many of us. And sometimes love just happens when you're not even expecting it. So I want to rephrase the question and see if there's a relationship coming up for you.
Okay.
That would be better, because the cards it's tough when isn't it, Joey, to ask if, when will I be in love? Will I find my love?
Well, I just want to take a second to pull some cards. Can I connect to your angels?
Yes.
And the spirit guide. So what we got going on is the strength card. You're a powerful, strong woman. And the thing is, it's like really kind of centered yourself and you're ready for a relationship, but the universe isn't ready to present. It's kind of stressing me out. Because we've got the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords is about fear of the future. What are you worried about? Are you worried about being alone?
Absolutely. I feel like everything in my life is going so great. Like, I'm going to be done with my doctorate. I'm only 26.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I work in a school. I've been working out, hair's getting long. Like, everything is it seems to be working in my favor, just outside of the love aspect. And I'm like, I'm ready, but I don't know.
What kind of specialization are you going into your doctorate? What is the focus of your doctorate?
Educational leadership. So I want to be a principal one day.
Ooh, fancy schmancy.
You want to be, I'm sorry, you want to be a what?
Be a principal of a school.
I want to be a principal one day. I'm a school counselor now.
Well, look at you, looking for love and be a principal right from the get-go.
Right.
It's like, give me it all now. I want everything.
Right. I am the youngest child, so I do have that mentality. Give it to me.
Okay. Are you do you party a little and like go out?
Well, after this quarantine, you best believe I will be.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I mean before that.
Are
you been meeting like before, when you've been meeting men? Is it in a bar setting or a nightclub setting?
Mostly through friends, but we have all been going out, still.
When you ended up with any of these I hate to just presume. So any of these people that you meet, okay, has it been in that setting, the ones you actually end up with, like setting, but even if it's friends out drinking, or has it been that kind of a setting?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm seeing here. Stop it. Go out and enjoy yourself and have fun with your friends. Go out, drink, dance, be merry. But do not expect the type of person you're looking for and need and want in that setting, because that is what's been going wrong so far. It's who you're picking. And the other thing, you shouldn't even be in a rush anyway, young lady. I mean, you've got so much ahead of you, and you're working on your education and on your career, and you go, oh my God, your life is going to be wonderful. And so when it comes to because you're asking about the relationship, you're going to meet someone, and it's like I was telling a lady earlier, the young lady earlier, go away from what you're used to, and you're going to find someone else that you really need to have for you. Remember that, Joey? And
yes.
You're going to go into the unknown, which to me says, you're going to meet someone who's going to be someone you're not used to. And it's kind of like, this is different. This isn't usually, the type of situation that I usually like in a person, in a relationship. Does that make sense to you? It might be somebody that might be a little different than what you're used to.
There's this guy texting me now, and he's very, very, very different. Like looks-wise, personality.
Okay. And you never know. I mean, the texting isn't always a positive thing, but as long as he's keeping all his pictures from the waist up, you'll be safe. Okay, so now, see, this is what I'm seeing here. You're obviously, you're also, according to this card, I shouldn't ever say obvious, but according to this card, is even when you do start dating somebody and you meet someone in the past, okay, you're being defensive. You're being you don't want to be hurt. And, I know no one wants to get hurt, don't get me wrong, but you've been hurt. So you don't want that to happen again. And so you are holding back a little because of that. And I don't blame you, by the way. Has that happened to you?
Oh, yeah. My last relationship was terrible.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But you know what? There's going to be another direction, like I said, when it comes to relationships for you. And you'll meet somebody, probably not even be aware of it. It's going to happen. And I don't know if it will be text messaging or not. I really don't know, because I'm over 25. And so I really don't know, the way the whole new movement of dating is so foreign to me. But when it comes right down to it, crap is still crap, whether it's online or offline. Joey?
Okay, so we're gonna thank you so much, Desiree.
Oh, thank you, Desiree.
Okay, who's next? Put your hand up if you'd like a reading.
Don't you see all those hands?
I see there's 16 hands.
Well, then pick one.
Doreen, allowed to talk. Hello, Doreen. Okay, just a second. Hey, Doreen, can you hear me? It's not. Just a second. Okay. Can you hear me, Doreen?
I can.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So can I just, for a moment, connect to your angels and your spirit guides as I shuffle the cards?
Yes, you may.
Awesome. So what would you like to ask the cards today?
I'm just asking about career generally.
Where we are generally? Like
a career, job, career, future. Career.
Oh, career and your future. Yeah. So are you currently laid off because of the epidemic, or are you fine with where you're working?
I'm fine with where I'm working. I just would like a little more challenge.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to pull some cards.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that. That's great.
Okay, so we've got the Four of Pentacles, which means holding on to money. So are you quite happy with what you're being compensated with your job, or is it not enough?
Yeah, well, I have a couple of jobs, so yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, but I just want something that I can use my creative energy with. So.
Okay. So the thing is, what I've got going on is the Devil card and the Ace of Cups is that you've given away your power with your current job, and it's almost like a codependent relationship. And what you really need right now is the Ace of Cups, which means you need something that appeals to you spiritually and supports you spiritually. And the thing is, what energetically and spiritually satisfies you when it comes to the idea of a career? What would you love to do? If money wasn't an option, like if money didn't matter, what would you like to do all day? What brings you energy and joy?
A leadership position. Like I'm in education, so a leadership position.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a card for leadership position. So the thing is, we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which means that there's something that isn't being facilitated energetically. It has to do with karma and dharma. Like the thing is, you have to receive almost like the good luck from the universe. You're energetically closed off right now. So what can you do to open yourself up?
Walking. Walking and well, I'm actually in the gym, so I can't get to the gym, so that's limiting me right now.
Oh, well, that's good. What do you have coming through, Mandy?
She's beyond strong. She's got the strong, and then there's someone who's almost bordering on aggressive and strong. You take charge in every aspect of your life, yes, Doreen?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear that in your voice, and I see it in the cards that I pulled. You're looking for a career. You might have to change a little. And I know that's a tough thing to hear for the type of career that you really want. Sometimes you have to listen to others as you expect them to listen to you.
Right.
And that might be hard for you sometimes because you are such an independent and strong woman. And it is hard for women in that position because people are idiots. And a lot of times when you're working with someone in a job, you're better than they are and smarter than they are. And you know it, but they don't, what makes it worse.
Yeah.
I love working with people who know their weaknesses and know their strengths. And this is why Todd Klink and myself are business partners in our business. We work so well together. I know and I admit when there's things I can't do. Right. The same way. And so it just balances out. So all I can say to you, and this is more of a personal thing as opposed to a career thing.
Right.
Think about that a little more when before you jump, which you have a tendency to do. It's like make a decision because that's part of your nature, which is wonderful because you're powerful, you're strong. But sometimes think about it first.
Right.
Before you make that launch into that, because remember this, not everyone is as smart as you are.
Right. And I know that.
And it's okay to know that.
That's actually correct. So correct, actually.
Yes, but also know that doesn't necessarily make them stupid. That just makes them different than you are, because everyone is wired differently. You know, it's like when I say people are idiots, I don't mean they're all stupid idiots. What I mean is people can be difficult to deal with. A lot of the times, if they don't understand and you don't understand it, it's two separate human beings with two different wiring trying to communicate. You know, both those people have to know that. And they have to know the give and take, right, Doreen? It's like, oh my goodness.
I understood what you were saying, though, actually. So.
Okay. So when you're looking for this career or this different job or whatever it is you're looking for, that's the main thing you have to keep in mind before you can move forward into something that you're just going to love. Okay. And I love that you work out and you're strong and you know what you want to do. And that's really going to help you, you know, with a career, probably more than a job, I think.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're welcome, Doreen. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Doreen. Talk soon. Bye. Okay, let's see who's next. Allowed to talk, Misha.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Misha.
Hi.
So, just to start everything off, do I have permission to connect to your spirit guides and your angels.
Of course.
And can you tell us what you would like to ask the cards this evening?
Well, so I just recently started college.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's community college, and I've had a lot of trouble with school in the past, but for the first time, I'm really doing well when not much lately has felt in control. So it's kind of bizarrely, and this has not been true for any other point in my life, I'm finally doing well in school and I'm really passionate about it, but now I'm at this point where I don't know, I feel like I'm spreading myself a bit thin with all of my passions. I'm just so intensely interested in all of the world and learning about everything. But now that I'm in school and it's for money, I have to focus. And I'm not exactly sure what I want to be doing and what will make me happy and what will make me feel fulfilled in a career, or if it's not a career, a hobby.
Can I ask you about your high school? Just one small thing.
Mm-hmm.
Were you being bullied or picked on?
Yes, a lot.
As you were telling your story there, it reminded, you got to read my book. Okay, it reminded me of me as soon as you said, now that you're in college, because high school was hell for me and I hated it. And my marks showed that. And I thought I was stupid. And until I got to college, and it was a totally different thing. It was like a whole new door opened up and a whole new world opened up. And then I realized I can learn. And I'm learning because I want to learn, you know, and I'm out of that horrible hellhole. So in your voice is what I'm hearing in your voice, young lady, is you have found a new situation. You're going to keep discovering even yourself, you're going to keep discovering. And the only reason I'm droning on about this is you will not be able to find your focus going into a new career or job until you find yourself 100%. But that's okay. It might take time, but you're young. And that's what youth is. You're going to reach into things, you're going to fall down, you're going to stand up, you're going to find your strengths. Because the way you put it to us, you had a million things you want to do on the go, because it's almost like you're finally living. And it's like I have hobbies and job, and it's like I have all these interests, and it's like the energy that you have now, young lady, is going to work so well for you, you know. But so what you wanted to know, I'm sorry, Joey, why don't you go into the reading of the question that you was actually asking?
No, Mandy, you were channeling some amazing information, and sometimes it's really good to let that happen and let that come through. I hope, Misha, that was helpful for you.
Yes,
it's a two-way street, Joey, just so you know. The people that are coming on are giving that energy. It's a two-way street. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
So I've got the Chariots, the Knight of Wands, and then the Two of Wands, which means that there's a lot of movement, a lot of change going on. But it means the thing is, it's like you've got options. You really do. The thing is, you just have to come clear of what you want your life purpose to be in career. So what exactly is it you're learning in college?
I'm enrolled as engineering science.
Okay, so that makes sense. So what specifically in engineering science are you doing? Is it working with kind of like 3D printers or anything like really like high tech right now?
Electrical. Right now it's just gen eds, but I'd like to be doing, I think, electrical or bioelectrical engineering.
That's amazing. So I pulled the High Priestess, which means you have to trust your intuition, what feels good and works for you. Because the thing is, it's like you're on fire. Because the Knight of Wands means this is really works for you.
Why do you move him?
Oh, it's because he's gonna knock out the camera.
Well,
there's a wire. That's
he's
very
so inspirational when he's there. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
So what I've got coming through is that you really need to keep going in the direction that feels good for you. And because that's what's working.
She doesn't know what direction that is yet, but like I said, she's going to find what that is once she really focuses on something. I'm gonna say something personal to you, Misha.
Yeah.
Your cards are great. This is what I'm getting for you when it comes to what's opportunities, growth, everything else for whatever your career and your job is going to be. This is my warning to you later on down the line, and file this. Okay. Don't let people take advantage of you ever, whether it's a relationship or it's at work, because I'm getting this, which means you're going to get everything you want. Do not let false people jump into your beautiful energy as you go along, because you're going to get a lot of those. There is something about you see, and as long as you recognize it, you'll be safe. Okay, but just recognize that. People like to steal your power and your energy. A lot of people out there like to do that. Narcissists, for example. They like to just take somebody who has beautiful light and tramp them down into nothing. And as independent, strong women, as women are becoming in this world, you don't need it, you don't deserve it, and you don't have to have it. So don't let it happen.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, Misha. And I wish you so much luck.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing what you did about your life with me, because that was so intensely similar to my own experience so far that, I don't know, it just gave me chills.
That's good to hear. A lot of us go through it, and we need each other.
Good. Thank you so much, Misha.
Yeah, thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. So intuitive.
Okay, so next we've got Jennifer Stewart. Oh, Melissa. Oops. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm pretty good. Can I have permission to access your angels and your guides?
Absolutely.
Amazing. So what would you like to ask the cards this evening?
If I'm gonna work out my finances anytime soon.
So I'm gonna guess that maybe your finances are a little bit like uncertain right now with everything that's going on.
I think that's what you meant.
Yeah. No, well, really, I want to know if I'm gonna win the lottery, but.
Girl. Okay, so the King of Swords, the Temperance card, and the Ten of Cups. The thing is, financially, when the King of Swords comes up, it means that you have to do a profit and loss statement of your life, which is like horrifying, because I've done that before. You would literally have to look at like what you're spending money and what money you have coming in, and you have to look at it in a very business authoritative mind and go, I have no money for that, I have no money for that, I have no money for that. And the Temperance card means that you have to wait and for things to kind of align. So you have to wait out that
right, be patient.
Be patient. But the Ten of Cups coming up means that you're going to get the lifestyle that you desire. It's just not going to happen right away.
Wow. Okay.
Fascinating, Joey. Even though we're pulling different cards, Joey, we're basically seeing the same thing. It's just being done a little differently. It's quite interesting. The two, like the energy you're picking up is a little different from energies I'm picking up, but it's meeting in the middle. I'm getting that from her too. It's going to come. A new beginning will happen for you, from what I'm seeing in the cards, but it's going to take a while. Now, when you're talking about what you're talking about, are you pushing for these things?
Pushing and like, what do you mean pushing?
Are you trying too hard to achieve what it is you're looking for?
Not really. No, I'm just I'm trying to get in touch with my spiritual side, really, and I'm trying to look within and above.
Okay, you just answered my question with a yes, not knowing that you just did.
Yeah.
You can't force yourself into getting in touch with your spiritual side. The spiritual side will find you, and it will find you probably through when you're not even expecting it. It's just like a relationship or anything else, or a job. The universe is just like everything else. It will find you, And what is happening now is you're trying too hard for that to happen. It's not magic, and I'm sure you know that. It's not like magic spells. It's something that will come over you. What you need, what my advice would be to you is slowly start reading people. Stop being the one who's kind of out there and be the one who's sitting back observing. The thing I like to say about myself is is empath. I like to think of myself as empath only because a lot of times I can sense someone's energy and I feel what they're doing. But the way I really started working on that part of me was by observing as opposed to being part of. And once you start doing that, it's like learning anything in any class. You become a student and you kind of start watching people, observing people, seeing how people react. And then you become this whole side of you, because we all have it in us. And that side of you will start coming out and you'll start seeing it and you'll get excited about it. And it'll be something where you can make easier choices because you're going with your instincts at that point, not going with your head or even your heart. Go with your instincts.
I already have been feeling that way though.
Okay, well that's good. So then it's going to get better and better then.
I hope so.
Oh, of course it will. Of course. I mean, are you feeling bad about what's going on around you, or? I'm not talking about the virus. I'm talking about just in general.
No, I need a change. That's all.
Mm.
But
you seem sad, and it's not just there's people who want changes, but there's people who are sad and they want changes because they're sad.
Yeah.
Is that what it is, darling?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. You know, it's going to happen for you. I know it's like me just saying that's not going to help, but it really does. Things are going to fall into place when they're meant to. And until that happens, work on your art. If you have art, whether you're writing or whether you're learning tarot, whatever it is you do, there's got to be something. I can tell by the way you are. There's something deep there. So what's happening? What is your art?
I don't know. I've just been like painting and doing some art. And I have been reading a lot.
Okay, reading is incredible. And you know, and if you're going to be reading things, read books that are something you want to be able to come out of and go, I just learned something from that, and it's part of what I'm like.
Well, I've been reading Doreen Virtue books.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And keep doing that. Keep doing that, and be happier.
Yeah. Oh, I'm happy. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, that's good to know.
I'm just trying to stay positive. It's just kind of overwhelming hearing it from somebody else.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you in that space.
Oh my God, stop making people cry.
I'm not. I'm just trying to.
Thank you, Melissa.
We're all going through it together. You have a good time doing it.
Okay. Do you need to take a break, Mandy, before we...
Why, are you trying to get rid of me?
No, I'm just asking to make sure we're actually made it to the halfway point before midnight.
Well, then keep going. I don't, no, if I need a break, I'll just get up and have a break. Okay. I'm enjoying this. This is wonderful. It's like these people are incredible. You know, I want to talk to all of them.
Well, we've got 16 people in the docket, so we're gonna activate Flower. How are you, Flower? Flower, can you hear us?
Hello.
There you go.
Hi, I'm so excited to talk to you guys.
And she sounds like a flower. That's adorable. Okay.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you. You know, I'm taking the tarot.
What kind of a flower would you think if you were a flower? What kind of a flower would you want to be?
That's a really good question. I don't know. Maybe. Well, I've been having lilies at home for a while, so maybe a lily or a rose.
Oh, okay. That's two totally different personalities right there. That's interesting.
No, I know. Probably more like a rose, I think.
Okay. All right. Okay, that tells me a little while I'm shuffling my cards.
Can I just say something quickly before we get started? Joey, I took your tarot course last year, and I sure you read my comments, and I'm just like I feel so privileged that I took your course. I learned so much.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yeah, and you motivated me so much to go into this journey. Yeah, so anyway, got that out of the way. So.
Do I have permission to connect to your spirit guides?
Yes.
Okay, and your angels?
Yes.
What would you like to ask the cards today, my darling?
Well, I mean, I sort of been going into the spiritual path for a very long time now. And I'm a Reiki practitioner as well. And I do work a bit with crystals and learning the tarot. And I've basically been wanting to launch an online business, doing spiritual work. And I want to know, like, I mean, I'm doing all these efforts and I feel like I'm being pulled back constantly. I don't know, it is by my mindset, by money and different things. I want to know if this is going to happen anytime soon, number one. And if you don't mind, I'd like to know if I'm going to be able to find a place on my own that I can afford. Because I'm really struggling financially at the moment. And with all the things that I want to do, living with other people, it's not really working out for me. Like, you know, I'd like to have a place where I can, you know, work more on my spiritual work and just be myself, really. I am sick of pretending.
The question is that, do you actually have a figure of what money that you have to energetically generate in order to be able to do what you want?
I do, actually.
Okay, that's very important. Because for me, in order to be able to do the things that I wanted to do, I had to understand that the money, the base to pay my rent and do the things that I wanted, there had to be a figure that had to be almost like energetically manifested on a monthly, weekly, and even yearly basis. And if you don't know what it is, you can't make it happen in order to feel happy or satisfied.
Well, I do, because, I mean, before all this happened, I was in a corporate job, earning really well, actually, but I wasn't very happy at all. So I think, like, for me to feel happy, I should be earning the same, if not more.
That's fair. That's good. That's good. At least you know. At least you know. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards. So we've got the 7 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, and then the 5 of Cups. So it's a lot of emotion and energy and spirituality that's going on right now. And when we start off with the 7 of Cups, is that your idea of the future is kind of skewed. You're lost in a fantasy. And the thing is, what you really desire is already in the moment and already in front of you. And the thing is that you have to stop focusing on the past of what hasn't worked, but actually reinvent of what the future is. Does that make sense? What did you pull, Mandy?
I'm still blown away by the reading you just did. That was.
It's not very often that you get all cups. Like when you get all of one suit, it means that something's very specific. Yeah. The cards are sharing something very.
It was very good what you were saying. You weren't as direct as I would be, but you had basically the same kind of outlook here. Flower. Spirituality is not about money. It is not about making money. It's beautiful that you are spiritual and you are in the arts for that. But once you give up that part of doing it because you want money or success, that's when the universe will come back and go, now you deserve me. Now you can make money through me, but that shouldn't be the most important thing. I mean, obviously people make money from this business, and I understand that because it is a business as well, but the universe doesn't like to think that that's the only reason you're in it. And you've mentioned you're a corporate. This is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. That means you're a strong woman. You know what you want. You have your goals. And that's all very, very, very important. But separate the two and know what you want, know what your goals are, and know that you want to make money, but don't bring that directly into this beautiful spiritual side that you have. Don't confuse the two. Keep the two separate. You can be a businesswoman, you can be a strong businesswoman, and you can be a successful businesswoman okay? But you don't want to mix it in with that beautiful spiritual side that you have within you. And I know it's a hard thing to do sometimes, to separate the two, because it's kind of like, well, this is what I do and this is what I do well, and I should be making money doing it. Do what the advice I gave to a young lady earlier, you know, when I was saying to her, do your passion and enjoy your passion and love your passion, but get a job that's going to make you money and keep them separate. Okay, and I'm not sure if that helped at all, and it's not always easy to hear something like that, but you're going to get what you want because you have that in you. I can just tell that. Okay, but don't use the cards and the spirituality to accomplish that, because it's a gift that's given to you.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Flower, for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Flower.
Okay, who's next? We got Kitty Cat allowed to talk. Hey, girl. Can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me, Joey?
I can hear you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So do I have permission to connect to your angels and your spirit guides?
My absolute permission.
Amazing. So I would love to ask you what you would like to ask the cards.
I would like the cards to tell me. I don't want to ask them anything. General read.
Just a general? You want to see where you're going?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Kathy, is that you?
It's me, Joey. Did you see my email?
I don't read all my emails.
Okay, now we know.
I love Kathy. Kathy is amazing. She teaches.
I love you more.
Aw, you're such a gem.
You know that I don't always like to know the backgrounds, Joey, because I don't need to know the backgrounds of people.
I'm not saying anything because I want.
You almost did, but anyway, I want to be able to read for this lady with the instincts.
Okay, so
thank you.
Welcome. It's always very interesting because Kathy, I wouldn't have even clicked in that like your handle would have been Kitty Cat, because that's not how I think of you. So there's some serious conflict going on right now. We've got the Five of Swords. There's a lot of hostility in your household.
It's very calm now.
Well, the King of Cups is very much, the thing is there's a male figure in your life who is holding on to a lot of fear and issues and holding them deep inside, and it's affecting them on a physical basis. The Moon card is that the energy that you're experiencing, and there's messages coming on from the other side, almost like magic or like the departed, but there's a lot of spirits moving through your house right now.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Who's the dominant one? What's going on in relating to that? Who's the one that's kind of aggressive and pushy?
Mama.
Okay. Sometimes you get a male card, but it could just be a male presence. So she might have just a male spirit to her, but it's a male card. This is her. She's a tough one.
Oh my God. That's how I always scared your mother. She's a very strong Emperor card, very masculine energy.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with Joe. The beginning of the reading is the same as what Joey was saying as well. You know, the things that are going on in your home. You know, you need to do this.
Oh, that card.
Yeah,
what is it?
Sorry, I can't see. It's the, what is that, Joey?
It's the Seven of Pentacles.
Seven of Pentacles. Okay, because I don't have my glasses on, I can't see.
Okay,
I read the seven. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. You need to do this, which is, you know, work on something. You know, whatever's going on in your home, find a space for yourself and work on. Are you an artist of any kind? Do you have art in you?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, why did you have to think about that?
Art. When I think of art, I think of drawing, music.
Okay. Do you write?
I keep my journals. I do lots of meditation.
Darling, that's all art. Yes.
That's art. Yes.
Yes, you're doing your journal. Journals lead to a book. you're writing, okay, which is wonderful, you know, and you're doing, I'm sorry, what did you say you were doing besides that?
I took lots of the courses for the crystals. I'm very into the crystals.
Okay, and that's kind of, you know, something that's just beautiful to get in touch with your spiritual side. So that's all. That's what you need to do. Get away when this is happening. Okay, you have to find your space to get away from the controversy, where you're feeling you're being attacked, or you're feeling like, you know, someone's just pushing you too much. You have to get into your own space more. Okay, and take that, what's happening around you, and put it into your journal. Put it into the spiritual side of you, because the universe is telling you you need to work on that, because it could be something else later. But it's also an outlet, and I'm sure you already know this. When you write in your journal, do you feel a little more free?
I do.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. That's who you are. It's wonderful. It's like,
beautiful.
Just go there. Go to those spots. Go to those places. And there might even be something else in you that you probably don't even know yet. Something's going to grow. Something is going to be there that you might not even realize that could incorporate both those things. Or there's something else that you don't know yet, and the universe will tell you and go, why don't you try this? And you go, I never even thought of that. And you'll end up being really good at it. And again, it'll be an outlet. But it's going to grow, just like this card says. Whatever.
I know I'm definitely a healer.
Oh.
This I know. I'm
well,
waiting. I'm waiting. And an empath. I'm waiting for direction from the universe.
I think that it's coming. I really feel
yes,
it's coming.
I agree. It is coming.
It must come. Everything happened. All the tower moments happened. So here we go.
Yeah. Well, just like I was saying to the young lady earlier, don't force it, though. It's going to come. And it's going to be there. Yeah, yeah. You'll come out of this. You'll work it out. Just don't worry about this situation. You can't do anything about this, okay? You can't. You can't change somebody. You can't fight a certain
I know exactly
energy.
who that's about, too.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, it's let this person do what they're doing, because you know what? They're doing what comes natural to them, and you can't change them.
Mandy, it's with love. It's with love. I understand that.
Love comes out in many, many ways. Believe me, I do understand that.
This is the generational show of love.
Yes. Yeah, she's doing her best, and it's just that she comes across the way she comes. I mean, for her to be showing up as the emperor is something right there, right? It's that energy. She wants to be in charge. She wants to hold her family and be in charge of her family, because she's scared to death if she loses any of that. Because that's her, yes, it's like in her mind, she's going, if I lose, you know, my kids, if I lose my family, I've lost everything. And she's afraid, so she tries to hold on to it. And it's the way that she was brought up. It's the way she See, you know all this. Why am I telling you, Kathy? What?
That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Knowledge coming from everyone is always power.
Yes, my darling. You have a lovely night. Thank you very much.
Blessings. Joey, mwah, many kisses to both of you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Mandy. Oh, she's taking a break. She's taking a Kit Kat. How is everybody doing? I'm going to... Here's the link to the GoFundMe for Club 120. It's been we've actually like gone past the halfway mark. And we only have an hour left. Mandy's taking a quick little break. Snaps is getting extra cuddles. Hi, Snaps. Hi, how are you? So how is everybody doing? We've got 15 people in the queue. Now, it's very important. If you would like a reading in the next 60 minutes, please put your hand up. And this is in... Ow, 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 ow. Okay. It's quite a very intensive queue. Okay, so we're just gonna wait a couple of minutes for Mandy to come back. Okay, you have Europe. Me, please. Sandra. Okay. Who has video available so that I can like bring you on and chit chat while Mandy is gone? Me. Oh, well, you have video. Yes, Desiree, we've already had you. I have audio trouble. Give me a minute. Okay. Anna. Talk. Hi. Please tell me you have video.
May God bless you and protect you. Protect us all. Tell him, Medal of the Mother que come past.
Oh, okay. No, there's something wrong. I can't get it to work. Oops. I'm going to try again with another one. Whoops. Okay. Okay, you're back. You're back. You're back.
Why wouldn't I? Do you think I was leaving forever?
Maybe. So, Peggy, can you hear us? Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Being on the radio.
So, Peggy, do I have permission to access your angels and your spirit guides?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am very sure. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so we'd like to ask, what would you like to direct the question?
My question is about my love life as well. I have been single for 8 years. I was married for 30, with him for 37. It's hard to be alone. I've got an amazing life. Started a spiritual business. Business is great other than the virus thing. I'm shut down right now too. But other than that, everything's good.
So what kind of spiritual business do you have?
I own a holistic gift shop featuring mostly in crystals and stones, jewelry.
Where?
Platteville, Wisconsin. It's called Elements.
Oh my gosh, so you're in the same province as Ashley Levy. I mean, state is Ashley Levy.
Yes, they call them states on there.
Yeah. I think Ashley's in Madison, if I recall right.
She is. She's a really good friend of mine. We're doing the Crystal Healers Summit, and she's going to be a part of it with Hibiscus Moon and a bunch of other crystal people. I'm looking for 2 more crystal store owners, so I'm going to send you a message after this to get you on my Crystal Summit. Because
Peggy, why is it you feel lonely? Are you lonely or you feel lonely?
I'm not lonely, nor do I feel lonely. I am very busy. I just would like to have a companion, a man in my life.
Okay, I thought you said earlier that it was because you were lonely.
Oh.
You wanted to find a man because you were lonely.
Yeah, no, I guess I'm lonely at night. I'm lonely as far as being able to come home and have a meal with someone. I miss snuggling and kissing, and I miss that companionship. I was in a very lovey kind of relationship for 37 years, so I miss that. But I'm not lonely. I actually wonder my sanity because I am so very busy. I did take the Hibiscus Moon class, so I am a certified crystal healer out of Hibiscus Moon.
Congratulations.
So what is it you're feeling? Okay, when you're going home, Peggy, work with me here. When you're going home, let's get back to this. Are you lonely or do you just want company?
I want company. I want someone to spend time with, but I want a male companion, and all the male companions that I seem to find contact with only want sex. I was with a very abusively sexual man for a very long time, and I want sex, but I don't want it to just be about that. I want someone to take trips with, to do things with, outside of the business.
Okay, are you asking if that's going to happen for you? Or are you asking if there's any hope for that, or what is it you're asking exactly? The only reason I'm being like this is because you're a spiritual person and you have a store and a shop. So we're on the same wavelength here. So let's just get right directly to the point. Are you looking to meet someone for a long-term relationship and not just sex? Which is, I just want to hear it from your mouth.
Yes, absolutely. Long-term without just sex. I don't mind sex, but I don't want to, if I'm in bed with someone.
Okay, so the companionship is important to you.
Extremely important, more important than the sex.
Are you, do you find yourself more directed towards younger men or men about your own age? Which one?
Normally a little younger.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm getting this, dear. Okay, so it looks like there will be not just one, there will be a few people that are going to come through, but you're attracted to young men. So all I would say to you is if you're attracted to younger men usually, and even men your own age, just take your time with the relationship part because it's not going to happen right away because this is going to happen. There's going to be times where it's going to be, you know, it's going to seem glorious to you, and then other times it ends up being a disappointment because you're expecting something different than they are when the two spirits come together. So it's trying to find the one that you're going to find that it's going to come together, and that's what this card is. You will meet that person. Just be prepared for this, and just be careful of this along the way. So I'm excited for you, you know, and I hope that's going to happen for you.
I'm holding the Devil card, and the thing is the Queen of Pentacles. It's very kind of interesting because you have to be very cloak and dagger about actually how much money you have. And the Devil card represents the thing is it's like you're a really fun lady. And the problem is that people are just using you for fun and recreation, and they're not really willing to like commit, which is very kind of interesting. Though the Two of Wands represents that there is actually options and opportunities to have a long-term relationship, but you have to keep the fact that you own a spiritual store private. You can say you work at a spiritual store, but don't say that you own it.
And even if you do say you own it, just don't go on about having any money when you own it. Just say you're a struggling business, whatever the reason is. But eventually,
which is my favorite line. Oh, we make no money.
Yeah, you know.
Right, yeah.
Because this is, otherwise you're going to end up with this. You're going to end up with this, which will be lovely at times, but you'll end up with this. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And that's what I was seeing in it, and Joey saw it in his cards. It's like, be careful of people taking advantage. People do that. You're a successful businesswoman. So people are going to think, oh, you know, I'm going to get something out of this woman. But you're smarter than that. And I know you'll be smarter than that. You'll see through it. And it'll just bring you heartache because of that, because you see it. You know, you're going to see this happening. It's going to be like right in your face. It's like, oh, I know what you're up to, because you have the experience. But if it makes you feel better, and I hope it does, this will happen.
No, 100%. I'm seeing that.
It will happen.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peggy. If those things happen, and this prince or whoever he may be comes along, please message Joey and let him know.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Peggy. We'll be in touch.
You're great.
Bye.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Who's next? Hello.
Nermeen?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Joey, I'm good. Hi, man.
Everybody knows you.
Everybody knows me.
Everybody know you. Oh.
I'm the purple Egyptian goddess.
Yes, I love Purple Egyptian Goddess. You were in my last tarot cycle.
Yes, I was.
How are you doing, girl? How are you surviving like the epidemic?
I'm very fortunate to work at a big company, so I just work from home a lot and go out for groceries.
Are you basically so are you nurturing your tarot business? Because we talked about that.
I took a bit of March off. March was a bit of a break period for me and just self-care.
It was for everyone.
and focus on self-care and figuring out how to take care of myself in a more healthy way. And then now I'm starting to focus a bit more on my business and actually talk to my coach about setting up a website and what would that be. But actually,
so zero in on exactly what you want to know then.
Do I have permission to access your angels and your spirit guides?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay.
I would love that.
And what would you like to ask the cards? Snaps.
It's actually more around relationship and love, because I will say I've just come out of a relationship where I've been taken advantage of.
Yes, Snaps is making concerned. Yes, I can sense that from you. Yeah,
at least they tried to take advantage of me again. And it seems to be, I'm trying to figure out is the pattern over? Like, is there actually a relationship in my future? Or am I just meant to be this independent woman who's self-sustained?
You know, even if you catch it ahead of time, when it's happening to you and someone's taking advantage, even if you're able to figure it out and catch it, it still hurts. You know, it's whether they were successful at doing it or not, and it does hurt. You know, and I'm sorry that happened to you. I'll pull card. Go ahead, Joey.
So I've got the strength card, which means I already know that you're a strong, powerful woman. The cards are emulating that. And the thing is, it's like they're encouraging you to focus on your skill, which is like you're a powerful tarot reader and intuitive. And the thing is, the Temperance card represents that the time for a relationship isn't really now, it's patience. Take a break and focus on your skill, because the thing is, you're a really intuitive tarot reader. So that's what I have coming through. What do you have coming through, Mandy?
It's
Thank you,
similar,
Joey.
just in a different order. It's really interesting, like I said earlier, how our cards are kind of like, it's different cards with the same feeling behind the cards. Yeah, the same but different. Disappointment is like, there's a lot of that going on. You know, you're being disappointed a lot, and you're also, you know what you want, and you're particular. And don't get me, and I'm not even mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way, as in you're particular, and you should be. I mean, we should all not just settle. You know, and there's a lot of times, especially in relationships, it's disappointing for you. So you already said that, so I shouldn't have to say it. But this is you, my darling. You are full force.
But you have no idea.
Yeah, I was now I do have an idea. Sometimes I could just tell by the voices and with the small bits that they're sharing. You are forced to be reckoned with. And I'm sure you realize it, and if you don't, I'm going to let you know, that's scary for some people, and especially potential relationships. A lot of, I don't know if it's men or women, it doesn't really matter, but a lot of people are afraid of strong women. They don't know how to deal with it. Even in this day and age, they still don't know how to deal with it. So a lot of times it may be them, but some of the times it's you. And like I said, that's not bad. That just means it was a bad fit. And what I'm getting here is I don't see a big thing happening anytime soon for you when it comes to relationships, or it comes to the person that you want to spend time with. I just don't, not now. And that's what this is about. It's like, you'll have to be patient, like Joey said. It's going to be a haul. It might not be a really long one. And I'd love to be able to say, oh my God, there's a man coming to meet you or a woman coming to meet you real soon. But I can't tell you that because it would be a lie. So it's going to take a while. Are you patient enough to wait for that?
Like you said, I am particular, so I'm not one to settle. Mm-hmm. That's why I've been an independent woman for 20 plus years. Mm-hmm. I've dated a lot, but not really held down a real relationship, and it's because they've never fit. And I am a strong force to be reckoned with. So sometimes I think I need a strong man, and sometimes I think I need a soft man, and then it doesn't work either way.
Yeah. So, does it ever happen that if you meet a strong man, it's like it's kind of in your mind, you're going, well, I want someone strong, but not that strong. Does that ever happen?
Occasionally, but not that often, because usually I'm, like you mentioned, I'm a very strong woman. So usually they're not strong enough for me. Usually what I attract.
Okay. Well, sometimes be careful what you wish for. You know? It's interesting. And a lot of the times also a man really isn't showing his true self for quite a while. And so they might be hiding something, even though maybe they're coming off that they're not strong enough because you're so strong that they think maybe you don't want somebody who's stronger or equal, which is the important thing when it comes to that kind of situation. Love and relationship are interesting things. I always like kind of looking up the cards for people. When it came to looking up cards for myself, it would never work. But it's always nice for when somebody lets me look at something like that. I find it very adventurous, you know, to live precariously through someone else, you know, when it comes to that kind of situation. I'm hoping, even though it's going to be a little while, I'm hoping the person you do be is exactly who you need, you know, and who you have to have. And you will deserve that when it happens. And
Well,
good
thank
luck
you.
with your business, my dear. Good luck with that.
Well, that's the message I'm getting. Focus on my business and focus on what brings me joy.
Oh,
and
definitely.
Not worry about the relationship so much.
Yeah.
At least for right now.
Yes, exactly. See, you got the right thing there happening.
Thank you both. That was lovely.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Joey, find somebody. Okay, ask the people that are in there. Let's do a couple of people that don't have their own shop or don't do tarot readings themselves. Not that I don't want to do readings for them, because it's wonderful, because you get magic with those tarot. You can feel the energy. But, you know, just to try a couple of new people that they're not used to this. They haven't done their own readings. They don't have their own crystal store or anything like that.
Okay.
Is there anybody out there that, you know, doesn't?
Okay, so we got a few people reaching out.
Okay, you're new at this. It's like something that's different. It's Olivia, right? Olivia? Yeah.
Olivia? Hello, Olivia.
Hi.
Hi, Olivia. Are you new to this?
No, I'm in Joey's class right now. Well, I was.
All right. Okay. Well, that's okay, though. It's okay. But I'm asking everybody out there, you know, go on the chat, let us know, and we'll bring you on after Olivia. If you have never done a reading, never had a reading, anything like that. There's someone there for the first time, Joey, so, you know, check that person out.
Okay.
And by the way, thank you for the compliments you're typing in there, everyone. I'd be answering and replying myself, but I want to keep my hands on my cards and on my crystal here and keep the energy happening. Okay, what are we doing for Olivia?
Okay, so I have taken this new trajectory in my life that's a lot more spiritual than it has ever been.
So, Olivia, before we start, can I have permission to access your angels and your guides?
Of course.
Girl. Let's not get the cart in front of the horse. Okay, connecting. Okay, so now start. Pivot, pivot, pivot.
Okay, so I was first introduced to tarot at your group, Joey, and before that, it had kept on appearing in my life with my friends and stuff. And then after I did the free tarot reading with you, I literally decided that night with my friend to just do the class. And now I'm also looking into doing Reiki classes, and I've noticed that there's been a lot more spiritual rather than like corporate and traditional education that has been in my life thus far. And I'm just kind of curious about where that is going, or if that is going in a direction that will be able to support me, or that if I can like kind of put my eggs in that basket.
Could you put that in one sentence for me?
What does my spiritual future look like within the next year?
Okay, we can do that. So, do you want to start, Mandy? I'm going to let you go first.
I can do that. It's a little bit of a mixed bag here. The reading that I'm getting is not matching who you are. I don't know why that is. Would there be a reason for that?
I don't know.
Are you trying to go into things that sometimes are not a fit? What do you?
I was in the past, like there was a lot of like corporate and like college degree, like my family was pressuring me a lot into doing things that were a lot more defined. Now I think I'm in a much better place and that I've been doing a lot more shadow work, and I feel like that's been going
Okay,
well.
yeah, I'm getting this card for you. Does that make sense that I would get this card representing you?
Yes, usually I'm the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Swords, and I do want to make businesses out of like tarot, for example, and Reiki, and I would like to set up something in which I can help people but also be supported.
Okay, keep that, when you're doing that, okay, keep that one part that you said and ignore the other part. You want to do it because you want to help people.
Yes.
And you want to be spiritual, and you want to really get this beautiful energy out to people. The money, as like I've mentioned before to a couple of people, the money comes later and it's a bonus. If the universe thinks that you should be getting money, you'll be getting money because you need it, not because you want it. This is not really a business in my mind per se. It's something that is you're born with, and something you're able to do to help people and to nurture people and to grow yourself spiritually. The occupation, the business part, wonderful. As being an entrepreneur myself, I'm fine with that. It's like, just be careful you're not putting that out too much to the universe, because it can work against you if that is your goal. But I have a funny feeling it's not because of this card. Okay, this is more important to you. Focus on you being spiritual, and you want to be in that because you love it so much. Okay, and let the money just happen if it's going to happen.
But wouldn't it happen with the Queen of Pentacles being that card?
What do you mean?
Like, isn't the Queen of Pentacles stability in having like a nest egg?
Well, a nest egg is one thing. Doing something as an occupation is another. As in trying to get money for doing readings or doing Reiki or whatever it is you were talking about. Okay, that's a little different. This is who you are. It's not anything to do with anything else. This is what I see you as. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because of this card following it, which is exactly what I was explaining to you. That
yes,
if your goal,
I got that card a
pardon?
lot when I was leaving my job, because I'm in the process of quitting. I got that card like almost every day.
Okay. So that must be telling you something. Because, and I can only give you what I feel this card means. It's not what I think. It's what the card means, me pulling this card for you, and what I think this card means for you. Okay, and that is exactly what I was talking about with just be careful where you put your energy. So keep your energy in the fact that you want to do spiritual readings, or whatever it is you want to get into, because that is your spiritual side that's in you. It's natural. But don't focus on doing it for the money. Don't focus on doing it for the money. I'm not saying you shouldn't be trying to make a living, but that shouldn't be your focus, because otherwise this is kind of the situation you're going to have. And I'm sure that's not what you want.
No.
Okay, good. Okay, and then there's this. Now, are you a little, like, you be honest with me, we're friends now. Okay, are you a little stubborn?
Yes,
okay.
I'm very stubborn.
All right. Okay, so in order for all of this to happen for you, I mean, you're young. I'm assuming you're very young, right?
Middle age.
Okay, well, I'm more than middle age, so I outrank you when it comes to experience. But anyway, this situation is like, sometimes this holds you back. Is when you go into that stubborn mode, okay, or into that defensive mode, or whatever it is you go into, because I don't know you well enough to know what that is. everything will open up for you even more than it's opening up now, if you want to go on that path, right?
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I've been trying to let things go, and that card is basically saying let go.
Yeah. And you know what? Do it. Let go. Sometimes it's scary, but I think you should. I think you get a beautiful, beautiful future in doing this sort of skill that you've been doing, this spirituality that you're getting into. You have a beautiful future at it. Just make sure the focus is where it should be, and you'll get it all.
Okay, thank you. That makes
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, Olivia.
Hear from you.
Pardon?
Okay. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. Disappeared.
Okay, there's a couple of people.
Raven, how are you? Raven?
Oh, hi. Yes, hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little tired.
Oh.
Can I have permission to access your angels and your spirit guides?
Absolutely.
Oh, excellent. So, what would you like to ask the cards today?
It's very cliche, but I would like to ask about just a timeline on, connecting with and having a relationship with my soulmate. The only term that I have to explain how I feel is like I'm so lonely.
Okay. So the thing is, are you currently in a relationship with someone?
No.
And how long? When was the last relationship?
Probably about 2 years. I did have a one night stand, on Christmas, and it just destroyed me.
Well, that's fair. They have that ability.
Yeah. I mean, it was very
But they shouldn't.
My best. Well, I mean, and I don't really blame him for it, because I know who I am, and I knew that was not a smart decision.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to try something different. And, I mean, it got to the point where my best friend was like, how can I commit her to a hospital to get her help, without her losing her license and losing her job and all of that. So, I mean, it really did do a number on me. And I just, I'm just so lonely. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it. Every other aspect of my life, I'm content, I'm educated, I have a wonderful job that pays good, that I love. It's just, there's that one aspect of my life that never works out.
I can relate to that. So
The fact that you said that twice, Raven, is you're going to end up convincing yourself of that. That it never works out. And that's the energy that you're putting out. That energy is going to stop it from happening naturally. You seem like you have a abundance of personality. I can tell by the way you speak, and you're passionate. It's like, as you were describing that, it's like you're lonely. You really want to meet someone. It's like that passion that you have, and whoever is out there that manages to get together with you is going to be so lucky, because you have that beautiful energy, and that passion to want to be in a relationship. And you're obviously going to meet jerks. I mean, that just happens. But the thing is, I'm just hoping that didn't hold you down or hold you back, or that's not what's blocking you. I'm going to be able to look into that more when I pull the cards. But Joey, do you have good cards pulled for her right now? And I'm after you.
Letting us kind of do the pre-turn. So leaving a difficult situation. It's like there's a lot of work. So the 10 of, but then the Lovers. So the thing is, it's like you need to align yourself with the people who are passionate about the things that you're passionate about. And it's about networking and aligning yourself with the people who love what you love. But the thing is, you have so much on your plate right now that you're not able to allow or receive the relationship that you desire. And the thing is, it's like when we see the 6 of Swords, it means that you have to release yourself from the mentality of where you're at right now of things not working out and go, the next one will. You have to be more positive, and you have to change that.
Yeah, like manifest it.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, I know that sometimes it's weird and hard, but the thing is, right now you're working so hard on everything else that you don't have the energy to put into the relationship and the passion and the desire that you want. And the universe is actually ready to give it to you, but you have to open yourself up to it.
Joey, you're so right. Yeah, Joey's absolutely right when it comes to the end of reading that he got for you. I have glorious cards for you, and sometimes I get scared when I see really glorious cards, because sometimes it could be a letdown, and I don't want that to happen when I tell you about what these cards are. The reason that this is not happening for you, we'll start with that first, is because of what you're doing now, and in your voice when you describe your job and where you are in your life, that is so important for it to be happening now, because you're going to get to know more and more about yourself. And sometimes the universe takes other people away from you so you can find you and know what you want, so that when you come to the table with someone else, you already know what you're bringing to the table. And whoever that other person is, make sure it's the same with them. They have to bring the same thing to the table as you do, or it will not work. But what I'm seeing for you is the victory card. You're going to meet someone when the time is right, not when you're trying to force it, and not when you're trying, you're feeling lonely, but it's going to happen, because the victory card is a beautiful card for relationship in my mind. And then you got this. It'll be abundance. It'll be a big abundance of everything you're looking for. The feeling, the companionship, like once you meet this person, and more importantly, they meet you. Okay, it's going to be brilliant for you, which is going to go right into a whole rebirth, restart, okay, for you and for them. That's what's going to be so interesting. That's why I know this relationship is going to work, because it's not just one way. It's going to be for both of you. You're both going to find each other, and it's going to be, wow, where have you been? So I'm so glad that that's going to happen. And when it does, if you don't mind messaging Joey when that happens, even if it's 10 years from now.
No, I hope not.
Just let me know. I hope not either, Raven. Believe me, I hope it's sooner. It is going to happen for you, and I'm happy for you. Good for you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Raven. It was lovely having you on. Okay, so who's next? Did you want to take a break or anything? We're actually only 30 minutes away from midnight. I can't believe how quickly this has gone, Mandy. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, is that okay?
I would prefer if you were miserable.
Well, I'm not. I love this. I think it's wonderful. I'm not used, I'm not used to this. I'm used to just doing for family and friends. And I'm used to just doing my own very private spiritual feelings. And
high volume public readings is the new vogue. Okay, well, Sandra, we're gonna add you to the docket. Sandra, how are you?
Hi, I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you, actually.
Hi. I was starting to worry. I was like, probably there's like a long queue.
I know. There's quite a few people in the queue, and I'm trying to get everybody done before we hit midnight. And
let's.
And I've been having a lot of fun. Mandy and Joey, you guys are an awesome team. Very, very talented, very, very gifted.
Oh, thank you. So I would like to first ask permission to access your angels and your spirit guides to communicate with them.
Yes, I give you full permission.
Amazing. So what would you like to ask the cards, Sandra?
Okay, I've been working at my job for almost 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that I'm stuck. I feel that I can't progress anywhere. I've been overlooked for opportunities. Sometimes I think it's because I'm a woman, and I'm getting really frustrated and tired. And actually, I was planning to quit during March break, but then all the coronavirus happened, and I was kind of pushed into a whirlwind. And again, I guess I'm stuck because of it. So I just want to see what the cards say.
Okay, so that's fair to ask. So we got the Fool card, a new beginning, a new awakening. This is what I love so much about the Fool, and I've done like deep studies on the Fool, is that it's the spiritual awakening card. It means that your spirit guides have a lot to tell you about changing your path, about moving in a new direction. And then I've got the 9 of Swords, which represents fear and anxiety about the future, and that you need to like change from that storyline. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles, which represents that you have to open yourself up to charity. You're not opening yourself up to the new opportunities of the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Glad it makes sense to you, because it didn't make any sense to me.
You got pulled up. Pull some cards, Mandy, please.
I'm not sure where you were going with that, but it was interesting, and you had snaps right there helping you. See? Okay, I'm going to ask you something, and I'm not asking this as an insult. I'm asking you because it's important that I delve into this, okay, with you in order for me to understand why these cards showed up. Can you be difficult?
Yes, in the sense that I'm always trying to please everyone. And, you know, I've been bullied as a child, and I'm always trying to like be noticed or be accepted, or, you know, be recognized, you know?
How does that come out at work? Like, how do you find yourself interacting with people? Are you being a little touchy or defensive or difficult, or?
I'm just always striving to perfect, always going above and beyond, and, you know, always striving to like make a difference, and then, you know, get recognition.
But how does that come out, Sandra, to others, do you think?
Probably I'm, you know, too much of a goody two shoes, or, you know, I don't know, probably looking for perfection when there isn't. So probably it's coming across maybe that way to my.
And you do realize that that's not necessarily bad. That's just, you know, who you are and how you react to different situations. It's just, I just needed to know what that was, because I can't go on doing a reading unless I can get past whatever it is the cards are trying to tell me. And it's when you say you're trying to please people, that's not what's coming up here. It's almost like, do you judge people? Do you find yourself judging people?
No, I'm in retail, so it's like you have to be kind of like neutral. You know, I mean, you know, if you have a very aggressive customer, you gotta back off, and especially now with everybody's being paranoid with viruses and the, you know, tills not being clean. So like, you can't be really too judgy with customers, because you gotta be neutral, right?
I understand. I was talking about overall, because I'm not talking about your sales persona, Sandra, because there's certain ways that we have to deal with different people in different parts of our lives. Fortunately, I'm old enough that I don't care about that anymore, and I'm just me no matter what situation. But the thing is, it's like, it's not necessarily when you're at work. How about you just as a person around other people? Do you find yourself, because we have to get into this for me to be able to help you with the cards here. Do you find that you can be judgmental, or you depress easily?
Oh, yes,
I
do, yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
I just have to get right in there, and I'm sorry if I'm embarrassing you in public.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
It's just true. Otherwise it comes out a lie, and I don't want to do a lie. I can't do a lie. So, okay, so the reason that I'm asking you that is that's something you have to work on. Okay. And we all have stuff we have to work on. And not because we should change, because who we are is who we are, and screw everybody else.
Okay.
But under the situation of you wanting to move from your job into something else, then you have to work on you first. You have to really do inventory of yourself. And then you present that when you're moving into your new career that you may find, or your new job that you may find. Just kind of do the inventory. And the reason I'm bringing that up is kind of this card is coming up, which is telling me that could be a new boss, or a new potential boss, or even a new job that could be. But the thing is, you don't want someone sitting there going, I don't know about this person. This person doesn't know themselves enough, or whatever it is. I mean, I can sense in your voice and sense how you are that you do know yourself. the fact that you were ready to be honest with me with something as difficult as I put in front of you tells me there's a lot going on there. Okay, and just take that, what I made you do there, and do even more. Take inventory of yourself. Face yourself and go, this is who I am, this is what I am, and I should work on this, or maybe not bother working on that. But it's all there, and once you get that self-discovery and see when you should pull back on certain parts of your personality and push other parts forward, okay, then you will find the career and the job of your dreams, whichever it is you're looking for. You'll find that, you know, and I'm sorry that's happening to you now in the job you're currently in. That must be really terrible. It must be like being, you know, trapped in like a jail or something, you know?
Yes, it is. I'm feeling it more and more now. Before I kind of used to ignore it and, you know, oh, well, it's just a job. It's part of life. It's stress. But now it's just like putting more burden on me. So that's why, you know, and, you know, to hear my kids say, oh, mommy, I think you have to get yourself a new job. It's, you know, it's like their voices are being louder now.
Yeah, that's sad. You know, if it makes you feel better, and I don't even know if this will help at all, but just know that there's a lot of people that don't have jobs right now.
I know, exactly.
They don't have work, and that may pull you through this. And the fact you have kids. Kids know everything. You know, you know that. Kids will just say the way it is. They haven't been taught any bad habits, you know, when it comes to judging other people or being amongst other people yet. And so, really listen to your kids, because they've still got the spirit around them. We lose that beautiful spirituality as we grow into a certain part of our lives. We lose it. We forget that it was there. And then we regain it again later on, you know, because of peer pressure or people, you know, not wanting to accept you because there's something about you that's weird or different. And that's something that's weird and different is because you're spiritual. And you see it, and people see it, and they're scared of it. And so this is what happened. Yeah, listen to your kids.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mandy. Thank you very much, Joey.
Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Sandra. It was so nice to hear from you.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's see. We've got somebody who's asking, hi, Joey. I'm one of your students.
We love your students, but we don't want to have people who are new.
No, I'm looking for new people
we should do one night where it's just your students. How's that? We'll do something like that.
So I don't see
new. There we are.
Okay, hello.
Hello. Hello, hi, this is Abhi here.
Oh, my darling, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your beautiful name.
But you can pronounce me as Abhi.
Oh, thank you. That's it's beautiful though. Look at all those letters. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I've been like it's my first time, but I got so much like positivity just like browsing the Zoom video. I loved it. So I was like, I had to stick it, and like I wanted to ask more about what's going on in my life. So I just like wanted to have a chat with you. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. We have to get to people, but do you have like a direct question that takes one sentence that you really want to know about more than anything else?
Yes, right now, I really want to know about my career. Like for quite like some months, like I've been like looking for a full-time job. Like I go for my interviews, but it's not working out. Like I've been trying my best, but I don't know, like something is not working out right now. And that is really bothering me with the current situation.
So you want to know what it is that's holding people back from hiring you besides what's going on now. So is that what you want to know?
Yes, about my career, where I see myself in.
You're going first, Mandy.
Okay. Well, okay, I've got here.
Do I have permission to access your angels and your spirit guides?
Absolutely. Looking forward.
What is with all the women? You've got strong women around you.
Yes.
Okay, and
I won't say around me. Like I have my mom and my aunt who's like back home.
That is around you.
Show up as really powerful, strong, feminine energy. So do you have a lot of aunties?
Yes. Yeah. Like I've been
That's
born.
what I remember around you. It could be anywhere in the world. It could
Yes,
be,
yes, very much.
women in the moon that are related to you. It doesn't matter. It's
Yes, very
there's
much.
female. There's very strong female or feminine energy
Yes.
of the people around you. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry, I should have clarified that, Abby.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but you yourself, you're quite grounded.
Yep.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm seeing you as this, and I'm seeing these women that you have.
Yeah.
Like this. Can you see the boat?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like so. Now, in order to connect this into what you're asking,
yeah,
you have to find out about the women. Is there any influence that they're having on you, or you feel that they might have on you when you're trying to select a career path or a job?
I wouldn't say that. They are just like supporting me right now. They are just
Okay,
like,
when you
get
say
a good job.
support, let's get to the nitty-gritty. When you say supporting you, are they guiding you into something, giving you advice, saying you shouldn't do that? Is there any of that going on? You can be honest with me.
I won't say that, but when I just discuss everything with my mom and all, like what's happening. Like I went for my job, but sometimes I feel like if I'm talking before I get a job, it doesn't work out.
Okay, I didn't really understand what that meant.
So it's like if I tell, like I went for my interview,
yes,
but eventually in the end I don't get that job.
Okay.
So now I feel like I should not talk until I get a job.
So you decided to ask us. Okay. Have you tried for a job and you've talked to either your mother? Who's this other woman then?
Like my aunt, my mother's.
So have you been trying for a job and you've told them what job you're trying for, and any of them have said, you really shouldn't do that job?
Not really, no.
Not really is not a definite answer.
I would say like they are fine. Like my mom is fine, like whatever I've been doing. Like she's just like, just get a job and like, because right now, like even it was affecting me mentally because I was not getting a job. So because the kind of person I am, like I'm more kind of person like talking to people, like being like more out. But
are you trying to get a job because you want to please your mom, or are you trying to get a job because you think you should have a job?
I would say because I have my, like I came here, like I'm from India. So I came here to study. So I have my student loan. So I have in my mind, like, oh, I have to pay my like
okay.
loan.
So
And,
you need a job because you got to pay off your loan.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? This is a much deeper reading that I would have to do if I had more time to talk to you, but I don't, because there's more to this than you're not telling me at all there. Which is okay. I don't blame you. Okay. So you're asking us if you're going to find something. Is that what you're asking?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't see that anytime soon.
Okay.
But I don't know, maybe Joey will see something there. I just don't see this going anywhere except for the present.
The thing is, I see that there is opportunity going on, but you're consulting too many people.
But he's saying he's not.
What? No, but the thing is, it's like he's saying he's not, but the thing is, it's like the pessimist of the 9 of Wands means that he cares about what other people think, which is the problem.
Yeah. Maybe that's a better question. Is that what you're thinking?
Because I've been taking like other people's opinion about like whether should I work here or should I work there.
No, you have to think about what works for you.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier, young man? Okay, when I asked you.
Because I think I'm like losing my confidence, like self-confidence, just because like I'm like so low right now because of like not working anything against me. So I'm like, okay, I have to take others' opinion. Like let's ask them what they think about it.
Abby, you don't need that.
Okay.
You think you need that, and that's what's holding you back. This is the thing. That's why I'm not getting an extensive reading here. Something is holding you back. And whether this is your mom or your aunt or not, it's people. Yeah. Okay, and you're asking other people's advice, and you don't need it, Abby. You're an educated young man.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask. When you stop asking other people for their opinion, you will come up with your own opinions. Okay, and that's what you need, your own opinions. Because when you walk into a job and you're looking to be hired, I know with myself, for anything I've been doing, when I've been hiring people, I want someone who's confident. I want someone who knows themselves, because that way they will get to know my business and they will be confident in my business while they're an employee of myself. But the situation is you have to work on that with you, and it's there, isn't it, Joey?
No, I agree with you 100%.
It is there, isn't it? Yeah, I saw with the cards you pulled there.
Off his ego, and it really shouldn't be perceived as that way, because the thing is when you're confident with yourself, you're able to confidently execute what your job is. So the thing is, it's like, I think that what's coming on and what the theme of what the questions that you've been asking is that you lack the confidence, and you're trying to find confidence from other people telling you what you should or should not have. But the thing is, it's like you have to follow the path of where you feel comfortable.
And Abby, if this is going to make you feel better, I cheated and I pulled another card for you. Ultimately, this is what's going to happen, which is a new beginning, and you will find a job.
Oh, thank you so much.
Just do it on your own terms, my darling, okay?
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Abby. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, so who's next? We've got quite a few people. We have 11 people, and we've got, I can't believe we only have 15 minutes left.
Well, why are you even polite? Are we going to get thrown out?
No, well, sort of. Okay, hello.
Renata. Oh, that's a nice name.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah. How are you?
Angels.
Yeah. What is it?
So, can I connect to your angels and your spirit guides?
Yes, please.
Hey, Renata, without doing a lot of background, because we don't really need your background, what we need is a direct question so we can really focus on what that is to give you an answer.
Sure. I was supposed to take my test for physical therapy this month, but then the coronavirus happened and it's canceled. And I feel very secured about passing this test, but I'm studying so much. I feel super overwhelmed. It's a very hard test. And it seems like it's gonna happen in July or October. And I really wanna just know if I'm gonna get this year and if I'm gonna finally pass this test and move on with my life. It's something very important for me right now.
Okay, so you start, Mandy.
Okay. The way you sound and the way you are seem to be two different things. The way you're sounding right now is a little, you're afraid and you're nervous and you really want this to happen, which is exactly what you were saying. But the way you are as a person is a little different. You're actually quite grounded.
Yeah, I'm very strong personality, actually.
Okay.
I am afraid that I am a little also nervous talking to people in public and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
okay. Yeah, that's understandable.
I have a very strong personality, but this is so important for me, and it's taking so long to happen. That is kind of a nerve-wracking topic, you know?
Yeah, I understand that. Believe me, I do. I just wanted to make sure that I was being clear on the card that I was getting for you. And I thought, this isn't who she is. And then now I know, yes, this is who you are. Okay, that's good.
Perfect.
Okay, I'm getting the devil card on this Joey, which is interesting. That this woman has a lot of depth to her. There's a lot of there's different sides, different interesting sides to you. You're not a run-of-the-mill kind of, this is who this girl is. Do you have like sides to you that are kind of different from a lot of people?
I'm not sure. Like a strong male side? of myself, or
it could be that. It could be anything. It could be anything like that. Only you can figure that out, not me. But there's.
no, I do feel like sometimes the devil, when somebody plays for me, it comes out, and I think it's because I need a little bit more like changing habits and focus more.
Okay, what do you mean by habits?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like too distracted and go out too much, and you know,
Okay,
I
now we're getting
changed
to it.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I changed that. I've been changing that, but
Okay.
I feel like I still have to.
You know that thing when you do that, what comes in your mind when you say, I want to go out and I want to enjoy myself, or whatever that is, put that part of you into studying for what you want. Okay, because this is strong in you. It's like you have this energy, I'm going to go out, I'm going to have a good time, and you're kind of like this wonderful, beautiful, brilliant personality, and you're focused, and you got that kind of thing going on. But on the other hand, you're going, I'm worried I'm not going to pass it, or I have to do this test. And it's like, as soon as you get away from the whole, oh, I have to do this, and get into, I want to do this, and I want this woman to come out and do it. Because that's who's going to get you what you want, this situation here. Whether it looks like it's, well, I'm doing things, I'm partying too much, and I'm doing, you know, part of you, yes, wants excitement. But take that excitement and put it into your studies. You have the opportunity right now to really concentrate on passing this course. Yes. And if it's something you really, really want, then go for it. But that doesn't mean you have to give some of her up either. Okay, you can have it all. All of it, okay? Okay, yes, Mandy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I actually don't have anything for you right now, Renata, because I feel like that Mandy actually channeled exactly what needed to be said.
Okay,
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Renata. Take care.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Too.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Nice talking to you, Joy, and nice talking to you, Mandy. I am glad that you answered. I was waiting for quite a while. Okay. So I have one or two questions in my mind.
That's fine. But first, things first, do I have permission to access your angels and your spirit guides?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Joy. Please go ahead.
Okay, so what would you like to ask first?
Okay, first, I'm in a marriage from past 5 years, but a trust factor is missing. I don't know. My husband is nice. Sometimes we fight, but something is missing. I'm not understanding what is missing. You know, sometimes I feel I love him. Sometimes his behavior makes me feel that, oh, I don't want to be with this guy. So the first question is something wrong in my brain, or he actually doesn't trust me, or, you know, is he actually angry with me from inside? That's probably because I am not in good terms with his family, you know, his mother and all.
Well, so I'm getting the 10 of Pentacles, which is that you guys have a really good connection. And but the thing is, indecision means that there is something that really bothers you.
Yeah, that's what.
And the thing is, what I find very interesting is that we have the Chariot card, is that he has a certain energy that takes control of the situation, that catches you off guard. And that's what really kind of maybe might bother you, is that he is almost like a control freak, but without presenting himself that way.
Okay, might be. He kind of tried to control me, but he isn't that bad also. He listens to me, but the love factor
the
is
Spirit card says it connects to the god Apollo in Greek mythology, which represents the thing is in his mind he's the sun, he's the center of the universe, and that the thing is when you don't fall in line, he knows that eventually you will succumb to his gravity.
Okay.
It's funny because I don't see that.
Okay, so I'm very interested to hear what you have to say, Mandy.
Yeah, that doesn't mean it's all wrong. I just don't see it in that direction. I think you got the right thing, but I think you got the wrong person. this lady is totally in control for herself. It's all about, she's in charge of her own ground. She is.
Absolutely, Mandy. I'm a very strong personality. I have been working for quite a while. When I was in India, I worked with media channels. I learned tarot also, Joy. But once I came to Canada, I didn't do anything. It was all family life. But since then, I've been controlled by him because I have no choice. I can't go out. I can't travel. I don't know anything about this country. I suddenly, just after marriage, I had kids.
What country?
I mean, about Canada, I don't know much because I'm not working here.
What part of Canada are you living in now?
I live in Toronto.
Okay, this is the thing when it comes to this man. I hear that a lot, and I've been hearing it a lot tonight. The world is not about that man. The world is not about any man or any woman in your life. The world is about you. The universe wants to get in contact with you. The universe wants to help you. And the only way that you can help the universe back in return is to listen to what the universe is saying to you. If you feel there is something you do not trust about this man, then don't trust, because you would know, because you're her. Okay? And your instincts are right if you think that's what it is. But if you think that maybe there's something you can do to make this work with him, if he is trying to control you, then you have to be honest with him and say, I'm okay with you wanting to be the man sometimes, but you got to remember that I am the woman.
Can I ask you a question?
You and I have to come together and be one and start understanding each other. Otherwise, you cannot go on with a relationship unless it's a two-way street. And this is what I see is happening with the two of you right now. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, darling, is this an arranged marriage?
It's an arranged marriage, yeah.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was sensing.
It's an arranged marriage. I was a very, very, working kind of a lady, and simply stuck at home it's been terrible. It's been terrible. I'm very lonely here. I mean, just two kids, working on them throughout, not doing anything for my own self is actually hurting me. I actually tried to contact Joy also 2-3 years back because I wanted to work with my tarot thing, but all the time wasted with the kids and all. So I did not, but I still follow him on Facebook from quite a long time. Anyway.
The kids are what matters. Like, the kids are everything that matters. Okay, the kids are one, and then you are number two, and sometimes the other way around, depending on the circumstance. But he is not in there. Okay, just know that. You are your own goddess. You are your own power. Okay, and if you can't work it out with him, then you'll have to come up with something. It's not for me to say. But is he at least a man that will sit down and talk to you?
Yeah, that he doesn't. He drinks in the night and then he sleeps and that's it.
Oh,
that's it.
Yeah. And you know that none of this is your fault, right? You do know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Okay, I just one before it gets too late for you guys. Just one question: is his mother the one who's creating troubles? I feel sometimes. Maybe I'm wrong.
If you want to think of his mother as this card, then
no.
She's not quite the Queen of Swords, but she's still in there.
But I got the Swords, which represents the thing is he does listen to her, and her opinion comes first.
That's what I know. This thing I know. This is what my mind says all the time. That's the problem. That's the actual problem.
Okay. It sounds to me like you already have your own answers.
Yeah, because I do tarot for myself sometimes, but I don't really like doing it for myself.
It's like I said earlier to someone else, it's very hard to read yourself.
Read yourself. I get scared. I don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't read for yourself.
Okay. And one more question. Will I ever be able to do my work for myself? Like, I really want to be a tarot reader. I want to help people. I want to earn money also for myself, to be somebody. Somebody for myself. Will I ever be able to do it?
I think that's very possible, but let's pull some cards, sweetie.
You have to be in a better place to be able to even do that.
Okay. Okay.
The Knight of Pentacles.
Yeah.
Queen of Pentacles.
Slow moving, yes.
And then the
What
Star.
about Queen again? What is with her? What is with the Queen of Pentacles?
The Queen of Pentacles means an investment in a long-term financial future. And the Knight of Pentacles represents entrepreneurial behavior.
Well, it's also slow moving.
Making a wish, doing what you're doing, but then planning for the future.
Okay. That means sometime maybe.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
There's no definite answer there.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much for tuning in for a reading.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Maddie. Thanks, Joy, for your time. Grateful to you. Bye.
So, wow, Mandy, we've already done 3 hours of readings. I want to thank everybody who signed up and put their hands up, but we've done 3 hours. Is there anything that I've put the link again in the chat and in the description to contribute to the crowdfunder? Is there anything that you would like to say before we close off this?
I want to thank everyone for opening up to me and sharing their spirit with me and trusting me or trusting the cards to show me any advice I can give them, and I hope it was helpful. And hopefully we can do this again, Joey. It was
an amazing opportunity and pleasure. Thank you so much for everyone who joined in, everybody who was in the Zoom room who made it in, and everybody who is on live on the Club 120, the 120 Diner, the Joey Wargachuk like page. It's been amazing, and thank you for everybody who participated. We're hoping to do this again in different formats in different ways. This was amazing, and I'm going to stop the live. Is offline. Stop.